Okay. How are we doing? Hope all's well. I know we're a few minutes early. We have a good bit to talk. A good bit that's happened now the last day or two. I just actually writing down because there's a lot of stuff to. I had to talk about that too. So I probably should go. I'm just writing down where I should start. Um. Uh. So go from there. Yeah. So I know where I'm starting. What I'm talking about because there's actually lots to happen now since your last live Saturday. To be totally honest, I probably should have streamed anyway Monday. To be totally honest, because there's that much happening. Uh, so we start on the few. We'll give it a minute or two. Anyway. I know I'm a bit early because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to go through. And so for us, obviously, we give him a minute. Hello, Adam. As long as it's ringing, how are you doing? How is life going with you? How is business? In other words, how are we doing? How are we keeping? Because it must be a few months since I was last talking to you. Hope we're doing well. I know the weather's not the best at the moment either, so hopefully the weather is a bit nicer where you are compared to how it is today and yesterday, because it just never stopped raining here. Um, hello everybody. I know a lot of people are joining me now. I know. I said 7 o'clock. I know I'm about 10 minutes early. The other day, oh JC, what up passport put you today? That's cool. No, that's okay. No, there's no need to apologize. Jesus, no need to apologize. I wasn't getting on to you, though. I was only saying, Jesus, long as it's in you. Long time no see, as you said. And don't worry, I'm not getting on to you. No, there's no need to apologize at all. Uh, people have lives, stuff like that. Things happen. It's whenever you get the time to pop in to say hello. It's perfectly okay. Don't think we're getting on to you or anything like that. We're not like that here. Things happen. I know myself. There was oftentimes I meant to stream and I meant to do this and I meant to do that, and then things came up and I just didn't get around to doing it. It's the same with a lot of stuff. Hello there, Johnny. How are we doing? How's our Wednesday going so far? I tell we're already midweek already. St. Patrick's Week. It's St. Patrick's Day coming up soon. Just to say, this Sunday. Uh, it doesn't feel like there's not much hype going around. I don't think about St. Patrick's Day. Usually, when I was younger, now people be fucking jumping up and down about St. Patrick's Day. So I'll give it a few minutes. We have a lot to talk about tonight now, about 100 million things about me now. Oh, good now. Very good. Well, it was not good before. But yeah, I say everybody's happy about this referendum because the government are still crying about it. They're not happy at the moment. They're not happy. Like all the Fianna Fáil, I'm sure you've seen the video I made, and you probably have heard about it on the way. All the Fianna Fáil TDs are now coming out after the referendum. It's funny how they never came out before the referendum saying they were going to vote no and no. But they're all coming out now saying, oh, I voted no and no, and I voted this and I voted that. But it's all well and good and saying it now. But, you should have said it before the election. And why did you campaign on it? No, not the same. When we were younger now, we were always talking, oh, you're going into the parade and stuff like that. You're going in, I meet you at the parade. I say hello to you at the parade and stuff like that. Nowadays, fuck all, nobody cares. There's no parade in Cav, but nobody really cares about the parades. Not as much talk, like even with the only people and stuff like that. Years ago, it was something different about it, I suppose. Hello, to Gordon. How are you doing? You've been Thomas the Tank and what? I've been on Tom. Oh, you went to Wales, did you? Yeah, they have no spines. Like they're literally only coming out now. If it was a yes vote, to be all saying yeah, I voted yes. It's because it overwhelmingly said no. Like overwhelmingly said no. Like Lisa Chambers is talking shite. And a lot of them are talking like shite. Eamon O'Keefe too. Like a lot of them are just talking shite. Like they did in the bollocks vote. Whatever about Willie O'Deed maybe, because Willie O'Deed did it's been kind of distant to Fianna Fáil nowadays. You know. Hello there, Fiona. I get into your comments later on. We're going to talk about that later on. Yeah, we were a bit confused to who. Well, you know what? You have a gist of who it is. But I talk about it in a few minutes. We have a lot to go through first, but I get around to talking about that in a second. So I just wait a few more minutes for people to come in because they'll be like, "What are you talking about?" X, Y, and Z. So it was good news anyway in West Cavan at the moment. So the HSE's finally copped on a bit and decided the dot up there. Well, they're going to. Well, I explain it in a few minutes' time, but it's good news nonetheless because it does seem like they're going to take on the dot that was originally there, which they should have kept. But I explain now in a second. I suppose we probably should just get started and people can call in and stuff like that. So I might not see. Actually, probably should look it up on my phone. My good God, yeah, the amount of stuff that's on my computer, like articles and stuff. I need to get things up and going. I think you can see my screen. I know it's about 5 of me here. I just have to get my chat up on my phone. Yeah, I know. I get into it. I get into it. I talk about it. It's lots of stuff to talk about. You can probably see with all the articles on the top of my screen. Yeah, I can see the chat now. So So we forced out anyway with this. I was very annoyed with this. I went independent. I was independent now at the moment, but it is good news. I hate these fucking ads. Like, so basically, long story. You probably heard me talk about it in the last while. But basically, this obviously your local GP and stuff like this. The same with this. So there's a GP. It was a full time GP. He was there 5 days a week, and you know the way they have contracts and stuff like that, where they can renew it and stuff like that if you're a doctor and stuff like that. And this doctor lives in this area, and he has 2,000 patients and stuff like that. And they didn't want to renew it, and so they were going to get a doctor from Timbuktu to do it. It was crazy. As you can see here, celebrating because literally the only reason why they did it, and this is the good thing about it, that so many people kicked up fuss about it. Um, that's the only reason why, because there was that much uproar about it. That only for that it wouldn't nothing have been done. So only for the people around that area kicking up an awful fuss, which they rightly should have, the greatest war in the Bethany area. Yeah, so like it would have been just, and it'll be only 2 days a week. So it would actually no. So I operated 3 day a week service. When it's already the doctor that was there 5 days a week. Hello, Sean. How are you doing? But thankfully they probably will reinstate that doctor. But yeah, it was a good bit of an uproar, as you can see here. Um, there was a lot of people around this area, and so there's done a public vote too and everything. But yeah, a lot of people weren't happy. So thankfully, the Stephen Donnelly stepped in and they said that they probably will. They're going to have it was basically the GP that was there before. It's definitely going to be there again, basically. So it's about time, but it was very stupid what they were going to do, the HSE. So the Swan Bar Development Association now said it's great news and stuff, which it is because it was the biggest load of bullshit they could find. I don't know why the HSE they didn't want to listen to SEDS, basically. Like the HSE, you think you didn't have a brain in their head, these people. Like the HSE, because this doctor lives in Swanenbar, lives right beside the clinic. And they were going to get a doctor from Timbuktu to come up 3 days a week. And when they used to have a 5 day a week service with a doctor that's already there, it was the biggest load of bullshit ever. I'm sure he's thankfully only for people giving that absolutely fucking stink about it. Nothing would have been done because there was literally there was that many phone calls made into councils all the time. They were listening to people giving out fuck to them, and rightly so. And the TDs were getting phone calls every day, and it was just an almighty mess. So thankfully, they done something. Something had to have been done. Well, something did need to be done because let's be fair, it was the most stupidest thing ever. Yeah, there's a lot of people not from Cavan that's just in Cavan. It's the same with the majority country, Shawnee. Yeah, I don't know how you doing. Yeah, Papa Hackett is going to give me is going to send me an invoice to go. Unfortunately, I don't get the luxury of getting a free flight. Not that luxury. She actually decided. Like this is the thing. I'll talk about Papa Hack now in a second. But she actually decided that whatever happened, it must have been me asking why she didn't go to Lithuania. Because whatever happened, now all of a sudden she's going to Lithuania. She was only going to Finland, Estonia, Latvia. Now all of a sudden she's like, yes, I go to Lithuania. Whoever, it was probably my fault. Because whatever reason now she's going to 4 countries. Obviously the government, obviously the taxpayer paying for it. Don't worry, she doesn't have to pay a penny. Where am I now? That's the wrong thing. Kevin Coyer. I'm not too familiar about the person that you have, but not too familiar. I probably know him to see. So we move on to the next thing. So Leo is coping, as he is. And we're talking about there's a lot to go through. Where am I here? No, that's the wrong thing. This is it. So you see now, so the Taoiseach's over in the United States at the moment. Obviously, he's going to be Joe Biden, etc. But yeah, so basically, he's misleading people in this regard too. Like he's talking about St. Patrick was a migrant child, and he was thinking undocumented male. Obviously, maybe he was undocumented. But the thing is, in putting more nicer terms, he was a slave. St. Patrick was brought to Ireland from Scotland. So, I don't know what he's trying to insinuate here. Let's put it this way. Like, there was St. Patrick coming into the country, basically. I think that's what he's trying to insinuate in his regard. And I don't know why he went off to the United States to say it. He didn't say it here. But let's just put it this way: he's generally is coping at the moment. He is literally coping about what is happening at the moment in Ireland with immigration. Because obviously the big folks know a lot of people are just very pissed at the government about immigration and stuff like that. And he's just trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do. Like like literally at the moment they can't take themselves out, whatever way they do it. They've really fucked themselves. Like regardless of what they do now, they can't unfuck themselves. Let's put that in the nicest term, because they've just fucked themselves up in fears. Uh, and they can't unfuck themselves. They literally can't. There's no way they can unfuck themselves. Because they've done so much harm and stuff. Like it's unbelievable. They can't, they won't exist after the next election. Because let's put it this way: they fucked themselves far too much, and that's just putting it nicely. Yeah, he's just trying to find some justification, but this is literally coping. Like this is literally coping what he's coming up with about the referendum and stuff. Like they're all coping about the referendum. They're still all crying about it, and the media and everything. Like it's a queer laugh. It's queer hitting the head for them. Yeah, we all know what they're trying to insinuate. Yeah, we all know what they're trying. But it's how it's stupid, basically. What I'm trying to say, because it is how it's stupid. Yeah, because obviously the carry on that's happening at the moment, obviously you see outside the International Protection Centre in Dublin, it is a joke what's happening. So many people outside sleeping in tents and stuff like that. But they should never have been brought. The Labour Party are crying about it and stuff at the moment. But the truth is, and this is the sad reality, they should never have been let into the country because we had no space for them in the first place. And that's the truth. It's not being harsh or anything like that. But why would you bring somebody into a country and put them in a tent outside the International Protection Centre? Why would you do that? Like if you knew you had no place to put them, why would you do that? That's what you need to ask yourself. Why would you do that? Like they obviously knew the government they couldn't take in this many people. They should have had a limit on the amount of people they're bringing in from the very start. But again, logic doesn't exist. But again, why would you do it? Yeah, he was a slave. Yeah, obviously back then there would have been no passports or things like that. But he was a slave. I don't think he had any choice in the matter. Because what I was taught in school, he was a slave. He came from Scotland. He was a slave from Scotland and brought over to Ireland. That's what I was taught in school, and I presume that's right. To be totally honest, because I've heard it many times people said. Um, but at the end of the day, it's a different reality now. Like back then, you probably could trust people, but not so much now. Especially when you've seen yourself, 85% of the people who went through Dublin Airport didn't have a passport, destroyed their passports and stuff like that. When you see that, there's something to hide. Because if you had nothing to hide, why would you destroy your passport? Like, let's put it that way. If you had nothing to hide, if you were coming and you were a genuine person, why would you destroy your passport? Like, so, but if I was going to a country now, well, first of all, you wouldn't be let into the majority of the countries in the world if you had no identification to say who you are. Are you a spy? Who are you? Because you can't just turn up at the country's border and expect them to let you in and do this, that. But this is the thing, yeah, it's what you could go and Helen McAtee and the rest of all the photo because they encourage people to come here, even though they knew fine well there's nowhere to put these people. It's simple as that. It's the truth. We shouldn't have took in so many people. We should have a limit on who we were going to take in. And not even that, all of them are young males. That this is the thing, he's saying about undocumented males. We were told by the government time and time again that it was women and children, women and children, women and children, women and children. We only taken in women and children, women and children. And we're blue in the face saying it. And, like all of them outside the international protector said, oh, young males, and they're not from Ukraine, they're from Timbuktu, from Georgia, from Albania and stuff like that. Tell me what war is going on there or what prosecution's going on. I wouldn't mind if they were coming from maybe Palestine, that you could say there's a genocide going on there. But they're all young men, like none of them are children or women. But we were told time and time again, no, it's all men, no, it's all women and children. But that was a barefaced lie, and we were told the war checked, and they were this, that, and basically the mainstream media a few weeks ago have basically confirmed that 85% coming into the country, and that's a lot. 85% is a lot of something. Like it's not 2%, not 1%. It's 85% of people that went through Dublin Airport last year had no identification and were let into the country. Yeah, kidnapped back to Ireland, something like that. But yeah, and I think Leo was just literally trying to find straws at this point. So, literally trying to find straws to try and do something. because they have literally fucked themselves. They know it themselves. They fucked themselves up in fears. Because you see it now in Fianna Fáil. Go back to the screen. But you see it now in Fianna Fáil. Like all of them are literally out now. Fianna Fáil TD saying, "Oh, I voted no and no." The only reason why they're doing that now because they know people are overwhelmingly against them. And they know what's coming. They generally know in the next election what's coming. They can see it now what's coming, and that a lot of them won't be in the positions anymore. But again, it's probably going to be even worse again because Sinn Féin will be the party in power along with the Labour Party, the Social Democrats, and that's what's going to be. So I don't know who's going to be worse, to be totally honest. And then not even to mention, I briefly talked about this. I wasn't going to talk about, but Matt Cowley, Matt Cowley came out and said the other day, I heard him saying on one of the radios that they wouldn't go to win the referendum if Sinn Féin got into government. But that's really contradicting what Mary Lou McDonald said outside Dublin Castle, that they would win the referendum again. So which one is it? They need to kind of make up their mind. Are they going to win it? Are they not? They don't seem to know. So they should just make up their mind. But it's a big slap in the face for Sinn Féin too, because the main opposition party was for the government, was with the government on this referendum, and they still lost. So it's a big slap in the mouth for them. Wished. Obviously that's hundreds of years ago now when Zimbabwe was here. But yeah, like it's just literally like it's not addressing the problem. Like he's just trying to gaslight people. Say, oh, poor this, poor that. But the truth is, you see outside the international protection sets at the moment. If I was the Taoiseach, I would only brought in a certain amount of people, but there would have been all women and children now. It wouldn't have been just letting in young men lilly diddy into the country, and they would all have to have their documentation if they're going to get in. But I wouldn't have took in so many. Like, why did it? Like, it's honestly insanity. Why they took in so many people and expected them to. I don't know. And you see what's happening now in Dublin. It's like something out of San Francisco and stuff like that. And it's not a good look on Dublin to have that carry on. There's already enough Irish homeless on the street in Teds without bringing more people to be fucking in Teds in this country. It's honestly a joke. And excuse me for my language, but it is the biggest fucking. I never seen such shit. I mean, like, basically, to put it straight. Like what? Who is ever? Like we all know who they get the orders from, but whoever's the advisor for this and the advisor for that and the government need to get the sack because it's just most utter bullshit ever. So where am I now? So we go to the monthly meeting of Cavan County Council was Monday. So the farmers, the IFA basically had done a speech in the council chamber. I just briefly at the top of this because it's to do with the Green Party and stuff like that. And it's what they said. They kind of frightened a lot of the councils because especially coming up to the election. So as you can see here, this is from the Anglo South. So farmers fire warning shots at council. Not literally, not like they took out a gun and started firing shots. But yeah, no, where was it here? I can't even remember. Yeah, so the farmers, come to council warning them. If you don't look after us, we won't look after you. So basically, the farmers have their vote. So that's very ominous, and particularly to the Fine Gael councillors. Because Fine Gael back in the day were the farmers' party, were the farmers, for the part of farmers. You know yourself. And Fine Gael now have done one, like they're literally going with the Greens and killing off the farmers, basically. They're destroying the farmers. Like it's a joke. It is really what a joke because they don't like farmers. We see with the World Economic Forum and stuff like that. They don't watch you. They watch you to eat bugs and insects and this, that, and the other. They don't like farmers. They don't like the word farmers. They want to get rid of them. And we see this time and time again. You see what Eamon Ryan wants to do. He wants to kill all the cows. He wants to kill 200,000 cows because they're farting and causing this, that, the other. But at the end of the day, what really needs to be done, if they're going to tackle climate change or anything like that, is they need to go to the Chinese Communist Party. They need to go to India. And they need to say to them to stop fucking using coal power plants and stop, with the big factories pumping out plastic stuff 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And none of them will do that. Eamon Ryan won't do that. And Eamon Ryan is going off to Brazil as we speak at the moment. Like, is he going to go to Brazil now today and say to them, we shouldn't be cutting down the Amazon and stuff. We should be doing this and that. But do you think he's really going to go and tell them? Like, you think they're really going to listen to him first of all? Yeah, they just laugh. Like, that's what I'm saying. But why would a few 200,000 cows stop all this? That's what basically Eamon Ryan is saying. At the end of the day, yeah, China would laugh at them, but they won't do it. They won't even say boo to them. because we all know they just laugh and won't listen. But that's just the straight fact. But it's not that. If anything's going to be done on climate change, everybody needs to do their bit. Like Ireland at the moment, it's just gone fucking insane. Like we're only about 5 million people, and 200,000 cows is not going to make a difference in the world. Uh, you know, like I don't know why Ireland has to nearly do everything for the world, basically, nearly in terms of climate change and stuff like that. When none of the Western countries are going to do it. But like China and India are the biggest polluters in the world, and they're basically saying Ireland's nearly as worse as them at this stage. But so you've seen that everything the councils are, but they're all very afraid the councils now because, as you know, the local town elections less than a few months away, and they know what's coming. Like a lot of them do know what's coming. But yeah, no, I just thought it was very anonymous like that because they probably will make them think if you don't look after us, we won't look after you. And the farm was particularly in Cavan. The Cavan's a big farming county. There's a lot of farms in Cavan, particularly Monaghan too, but Cavan so much than probably nearly the rest of the country nearly at this stage. Particularly dairy and stuff like that, cattle and sheep and stuff. So they don't want the fuck over the farmers basically, and they had a bit of a protest outside the courthouse and stuff. So that was what was said. They spoke in the council chamber too, just to say. So I don't know what happened, but I generally I don't think, in my opinion, the councils could do anything. It's the government who decides the policy. They can implement local policies and stuff, but in general, they can't really. They can obviously give out stick to the TDs and all when it won't do any good. The only thing they will be able to do councils, and I know this because I looked into it because if I was going to become a council, the only thing you can really do is write letters to the minister of agriculture, and they just put it in the bin. Like that's what happens. Like because as I said before, by the GEA in Cavan, when they were doing the cashless society, so basically you had to book it online and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying. But yeah, so we talk about. So I know I didn't get into all details. I don't really know myself. There's so much to farmers, particularly in grain and the price of beef. Like it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff that we're talking about. But it just goes to show you that they're trying to kill off the farmers in this country. By probably 2040, there won't be a farmer left in the country. They'd be all farming fucking insects if the government get their way. Like it's just crazy. Like it's generally just crazy. It's hard to believe it, and especially because there's so many young lads. Majority of young lads who used to go to school with me and stuff. They'd be driving tractors and stuff like that, and they were working on farms and stuff. And they won't have jobs probably in 20 years' time. A lot of people have jobs in rural Ireland, so it'll be basically a big nail in the coffin for rural Ireland and stuff like that. But the only way to do it, and to be totally honest, and I say this to the farm, I know they're doing their best to try and get something done. But the only way to really do it is go up to Dublin and block off the whole city and cause an uproar, like they did before. Just block up the whole city and just cause absolute ruckus for the government, because that's the only way to really be listened to. If you cause an absolute ruckus about things, because it's the same what happened to Swan only for people kicked up an absolute ruckus. Like they literally kicked up a ruckus. It was the biggest ruckus ever you could find, because it was council. We literally probably had to turn off their phones because there was that many phone calls put into councils and TDs, and they had to do something basically, because they were literally getting light in the head listening to them out of talking about it. So they had to kind of do something. At least Stephen Donnelly, for the first time in his life, done something. Like he made some kind of decision. Also, Mary Butler too was meeting. She met the Pope, the Holy Father. Met the Holy Father. But yeah, do support your local farmers now, because particularly in rural Ireland. But slaughtering 200,000 cows is going to achieve nothing. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Unless China and stuff, unless countries stop using coal and stuff like that. But again, it's the fact that Ireland is literally bending over backwards, basically, in digging up the whole country. They don't want you to burn coal. They don't want you to burn tough. They don't want you to do this. They don't want you to have a cow. They want you to have an electric cow. Like by 2030, they don't want people nearly to drive an only cow on the road. They want to have electric cows and this, that, But the fact of the matter is, it's only about €5,000, €2,000 grant from the government give you for a cow. So where's the only Irish Joe that's struggling to live at the moment? Where are they going to get the money for that? Like, it's not the fact of the matter, but there's bigger countries in the world and they're doing nothing. We have to do it all. Hello, Ryan. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I just seen your email actually there 2 seconds ago. I didn't get time to respond to it, but I hope you're keeping well. So but you get what I'm saying. You get the gist of what I'm saying. Yeah, but no, they really are being fucked over now. The farmers, they're being fucked over up in fields. Let's put it lightly. Just give me a second. There's a lot going on. Yeah, so the situation in Haiti too. So obviously Haiti's been a very unstable country. The majority of countries there in the Caribbean are very unstable. They have unstable democracies, and they're not really our democracies. But yeah, it's obviously terrible because it's literally no, I don't think so. No, it's not. I don't think there's been any. I looked. I didn't look this morning, but I looked yesterday. So I don't think any of them emailed yesterday. I don't think so. As far as I know, but I can check later on. I can't check now, but I'll check later on for you. But I don't think they would, because I would have seen it if any of them would. The last one I said to you, I think it was Saturday or so. I can look now. The last one, but I can't look at my email now because there's that much. I'll probably have to go back to this evening. Give me a second now. Yeah, no, but yeah, they're eating people and stuff and like that in Haiti. So it's crazy stuff now. Yeah, no bother, God, no bother. But we do hope for a stable country. Hopefully, the government or the police or the authorities can get some kind of control back in the situation. Because it is terrible now. It is really, really terrible, and we don't want to see people being eaten and stuff like that. Because that's what's happening in Haiti at the moment. So hopefully, the situation can. Yes, the Dominican Republic, the two of them are really unstable countries. They're not the most stable. Which, you asked, did you get an email from Lisa Chambers? What was the last one I said? Give me a second, I have to find this out now. I don't know, it was some day beforehand. Yeah, that was right, the day before the it was James Lowy. Lowy's, yeah, Lowy's. James Lowy TD, that was the last one. I said to you on Friday, it was Friday. That was the last one I have, and for the moment, there's no other ones yet. I don't think any more will respond. I think that's the majority we're going to get, because it is nearly 2 weeks now since we nearly sent it. So I don't think any of them are going to respond. Whoever responded. You get what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, as I said to you before, there's nothing really can any of them do. It's up to the head office in Fianna Fáil, like the people, like an unelected people in the office of Fianna Fáil and stuff. It's not really the TDs. The TDs have no role in. The TDs have no role in selecting anybody. And at the end of the day, too, it's the people who has the final say. So but that's basically what I have got, because that's what Mary Butler did say in her tweet, in her email, that it's TDs have no role in it, and I think that's true, because I've heard that before. The TD members of the Oireachtas don't have a role in running TDs and stuff like that. It's up to the higher ups in Fianna Fáil, like in the back rooms of Fianna Fáil. I've heard them know, and well, that's good to hear, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, it's unreal, but Haiti's been very unstable. All them Caribbean countries are very unstable. Central America too is unstable too. All unstable countries. Like the government's very unstable. There's gangs, there's cartels. So I say probably Uncle Sam will soon probably get involved and send in the United States Army. Because they probably will, because it is on their back door in the United States, and a lot of them, as you say, Aaron Oney, probably will end up in the United States of America. On the border with the United States of America, end up in Mexico and being sent to the United States of America. So the United States probably will have to send an intervention force to restore order. Because that's usually what the United States does. Yeah, like it would be tired of it. in Mexico because they probably have to deal with it too. Like they would have to try and give people food and like it's probably a huge burden on them to try and deal with. Like it's a lot of people. We're talking about a huge amount of people. Uh, but they shouldn't be going to the border force, and the border obviously should be secured and stuff like that. But it's not like people could just literally walk across it, and it's just ridiculous. But it's Joe Biden's policy, really. No, Lisa Chambers not resigning. She's running for Europe. She's not going to resign, but she probably won't get into Europe because nobody will vote her in. It doesn't look like. But yeah, no, Fianna Fáil is a mess at the moment. Anyway, it's a long story. It'd be better to talk to some of the Oakland Fianna Fáil than me, but it's a big mess basically. A lot of Fianna Fáil TDs at the moment are talking rubbish that they voted no and stuff like that. But they didn't the high moon because none of them said it before the election. They were all for yes. Like Lisa Chambers, take example, was all for the yes, and she says she's voting no. She didn't know granny. Let's put it that way. Because let's be fair, because why did she not say it beforehand? And why was she videoed and took photos of campaigning for the yes? Campaigning, like literally campaigning for the yes, and then you turn around and do the opposite. That makes no sense whatsoever. Like I said I was going to vote no, and I told people to vote no. But I wouldn't have turned around and went out canvassing for the yes side. I didn't do that. And I wouldn't do it. Nobody should do it. Like, you should stick to what you're going to say. And she done the total wrong thing in what she did. If she did do it, but it's a lot of bullshit now. What's happening with Fianna Fáil? Like a lot of them are coming out now, but the only reason why they're coming out now is to say because the people whether against the government, whether against Fianna Fáil, and whether against Fianna Gael and the Greens, and they said they have enough of you. And I want you out of government, and that's what happened. People overwhelmingly said no, told them to feck off, and that's the only reason why they're coming out now because they're trying to make sure they get re-elected because let's be fair, it doesn't look too good that Lisa Chambers to get into Europe. It doesn't look good for any Fianna Fáil TD at the moment. Their seats are in jeopardy. The same with Fianna Gael TDs. Their seats are in jeopardy too. All of those seats. Same with councils and stuff like that because people are just sick of them. So, it's going to be a tough time for them. Especially with Willie O'D. The thing about this with Fianna Fáil. In who and what? We no confidence about it. But as I say, in the Oakland Fianna Fáil, they're not going to really listen. To be totally honest, they're not. If it's a no, like I talk about Lisa Chambers, who are you talking about? Well, because none of them are good. Like they're not going to listen to Oakland Fianna Fáil. Because let's be fair, they won't. They wouldn't do it to be totally Oakland Fianna Fáil. Because they would probably they don't want to have a big breakup in the party and stuff like that. Because it wouldn't look too good. Them voting against Lisa Chambers and her running for Europe and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's not really they could do no confidence now because she's not a minister and she's an only senator wanting to go for Europe and stuff. There's nothing nobody can do. The Taoiseach, and Micheál Martin, I know, but that won't nothing to happen. It's that'll bring down the government if you got. But anyway, Oakland Fianna Fáil they wouldn't have a say in Dáil. It'd be the Dáil or the Fianna Fáil party if they vote among themselves, like the party that not Oakland Fianna Fáil and stuff. But he's not going to go now. They would have got rid of him before, but he's going to stay down to the election anyway. So there's nothing going to be done. I wouldn't even bother really to bother with it because there's nothing going to be done until the next election anyway. Because he got rid of, he's going to lose his seat in his own constituency, I say, because he didn't do well in his own constituency last time, so he's not going to do well this time out. So I wouldn't bother. It would be only a waste of time to tell you answer. Because time and time again there was motions of confidence put in the Dáil and stuff like that, and everything just passed. And especially Oakley Fianna Fáil, they wouldn't listen to be told answer. Like they're getting it how to listen to the only people that vote them in, let known they're not going to listen to their own party, if that makes any sense. Because they're that big headed at the moment, the leadership. But even at that, if he did succeed and stuff like that, and it did take off in Fianna Fáil, it would bring down the government. It would. And then no Fianna Fáil TD and council wants to do that at the moment because they know what's coming for them in a year's time. So they would want to wait, they want to drag it out as long as humanly possible and show people the way. Like if Micheál Martin left them on, the government would collapse probably. And there'd be an early general election. Well, I'm sure a lot of people are angry with the TDs at the moment. But no, my advice is now just wait. I suppose wait it out and see what happens. with this. Because again, in a year's time, it's the government general election. Because nothing's going to happen really. They're going to say that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But nothing's going to be done. Like nothing to change basically in a year. Because they're going to drag it out as long as possible. They're not going to have an early election because they know what's coming, and that's what I'm saying. They're going to do it as long as possible. So regardless of what happens, I don't think, especially with this result now, it's just they're going to drag out as long as possible to keep the government in power. So it's going to be another year, I know. The end of next year before there's a general election. Because basically they know what's coming. With the big result, they know a lot of those seats are in jeopardy. So that's what's happening. Hello, Bob. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well on this Wednesday. But you get what I'm saying. We see what happens in it. Yeah, like all the parties were for, like apart from N2 and a few rural independents. Oh yeah, yes. You'll be up in that on sometime. It's not next week, I don't think. It's the week after, isn't it? That you said the 27 or something like that, wasn't it? Hello, Ronan. How are you doing? You said it was the 27, was it? Yeah, I think so. You said the 27. So that's not next week. No, next week's not the 27. No, it's the week after. It's the week after. Yeah, the end of the week, end of the month, nearly. So it's not next week. It's the week after. Yeah, like it's a mess now. It's a mess of the country. So we get back now to probably talk about things. So where am I now? Just to say. So I suppose we talk about what I put it up in my community tab about Papa Hackett said, the Green Party senator, a minister, may I say. So she's basically, I'm sure people have seen the video with I don't know anything about the body in Monaghan yet. I know about it. I know of it at the moment. What I presume at the moment, as far as I can see, was in a ditch along the side of the road. So I presume somebody hit him on the side of the road. Probably late last night or something like that, drew him into the ditch or something. That's what I presume. Then I don't know the evidence behind it, but that's what I think happened so far. Because it isn't a side road, it looks to be. So we see what happened. I could be wrong in that. We see, but that's about it. We know there's a body been dumped in some part of Monaghan. That's about it. That's all that's been released. So we don't know was it murder or was the hit and run. What happened. We have to wait and see. There's no detail really at the moment. But if I hear any more when I'm here at the moment, I let you know. But to be totally honest, I say it was probably just somebody hit him and threw him in the ditch and left, and that's to be totally honest. But I have no evidence to back that up, so don't take it with a grain of salt. But we all know what Papa Hackett said in I think it was the week in politics, the weekend. It's a minister denies. So yeah, she's basically just coping, Papa Hackett, and obviously now she's gone off to Finland, and as I said earlier on, she wasn't supposed to go to Lithuania, but she's decided to go to Lithuania too, on the government's on the taxpayers' expense, of course. So she's going to Finland, she's going to Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, she's going to the whole shebang, all paid for, of course. The way a few 100,000, but that's what's happening. Yeah. Yeah, so like she's basically just coping. But the one thing I take out of it, and I said it on the community tab too, that she was saying about the ditch. So the ditch released the Attorney General's advice on the referendum, and basically the Attorney General is the person who advises the government on different legislation and stuff like that. And the ditch basically said, and then it was the Attorney General did say this, but the government were hiding it from people about it. Because the Attorney General said the care and the family referendum could be abused in 100 million ways. And the government just refused to listen and just ignored it and didn't bother to release it, because the reason why, it didn't fit their agenda. And that's the only reason why. And then when the ditch released it, the government were mighty taken. Papa Hackett basically here was absolutely fuming that the ditch, all the people in the ditch should be arrested. Because they leaked the government's advice. That's the way she was kind of going on, like that. No, throw the toys out of the pram and stuff like that, because she was like, no, it shouldn't have been released and stuff, because it makes the government look terrible at the moment. Like, they already look terrible, but so Give me 2 seconds, Rona. I'll be only asking Ryan, sorry. Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'll be with you in 2 seconds. But it makes the government look terrible on the advice they were given and stuff like that. But that's basically what Papa had. So she was out of cope and saying, oh, the people didn't understand the referendum. But this is the thing that we need to understand. The people did know what the vote. I knew what I was voting for. I knew what the game was. People just didn't agree with it. Simple as that. People just didn't agree with what they were proposing. And they didn't want anything to do with it. And people just didn't want they don't trust the government. And it's about trust. And that's as simple as that. It's trust. It's down to the most basic function of society. Trust in the government. That was it. Have questions? One for the yeah, but if you want to run for the doll in the next election, go for it. Go for it. But there's generally nothing I can do to help because if you wouldn't for Fianna Fáil, because it would be the Fianna Fáil party that would have to help you. Like I've done as much as I could. I can't do much more to be told that. Because as I say, I'm not in the Fianna Fáil party. As I hear now, I'm telling the Fianna Fáil party a new one. What I'm saying at the moment. What do you mean? I don't get you. Oh yeah, but one for Fianna Fáil, what? Yeah, whatever you take. Again, it's your own business as well. If that makes any sense. But yeah, no, I just wanted to chat with Pepper. So obviously she's off to Finland and stuff like that at the moment. Obviously without a care in the world, like all of them are just flying off everywhere. So give me a second. I had to. So we're going on to the international stories at the moment. FF means Fianna Fáil, like the what they call it. Like the way people say SF is Sinn Féin, FG is Fine Gael, FF is Fianna Fáil. It's just basically it's the short way of saying Fianna Fáil because it's a long thing to write down, and that's what usual people say. If that makes any sense. Because instead of if you're writing a text or something, or writing an article and stuff, that's usually the way people do it. So that's just the way people do it. It's a shorter way of saying it because it is a lot of stuff, and it's easier just to say it like that, if that makes any sense. So we all know what's happening at the moment. So Putin is out saying stuff, and he's doing different things. I know the media are going mad at it, but so the Finnish government are not doing too well at the moment too. I'll explain now in a second. Yeah, she's always been saying about I have nuclear weapons, this, that, like nobody cares. Let's be honest. So there's a bit of trouble about in Finland, but at the moment. Yeah, it takes one. So there's a bit of trouble now at the moment. You probably have heard what Putin said Finland at the moment. So this is from Al Jazeera too. Don't be going to see now. We're supposed to be a neutral country now, Aaron. Like we should keep our neutral status, and that's just by straight up thoughts and the whole lot. But yeah, so there's a bit of trouble. So the war is going to be put on the Finland border basically. So they're going to remilitarize kind of what they call it. Coeli, yeah, that's the be like Switzerland. But yeah, so it's there's going to be a lot of back and forth. So the Finnish army are there at the Finnish border and stuff. So the Russians are going to there. So it's not going too well. But I don't think the Russians are that stupid to do something because I hate to break it to you, but Turkey, all of Western Europe is in NATO. Norway's in NATO. Sweden, Finland's in NATO. The United Kingdom, Spain, Portugal, all in NATO. Austria and Switzerland's not in NATO. Along with isn't that what they call it? Serbia, yeah. And that's Moldova and Belarus. Like basically all of the continent are in NATO. Like all the continental countries are basically in NATO. So Russia is not, and obviously this is a big huge border. That's a big huge border, and then a bit of Norway at the top, and then the Baltic states. So, first of all, I think Putin knows that it didn't go well last time. They said, let's go and invade Finland. It'll take 3 weeks. And, it didn't end very well. So, I think he knows not to kind of annoy the Finns because, when the snow, everybody's gangster, the snow starts speaking Finnish. But long story short is, I don't think the Finns care. I don't. Well, catch job watcher. I don't get you one. But you get what I'm saying. I don't think they care because it's the Finns. They don't care. The snow. Everybody's gets into the snow, starts speaking Finnish, and then it doesn't go well. Yeah. So we would. Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, I couldn't remember what country it was. Yeah. But I say Austria. We'll probably see Austria joining NATO at some point too, and probably Switzerland. But I think Ireland probably won't, and I think we should always stay out. To be very honest, to be totally honest with you. But yeah, Russia would be just stupid to attack Finland, because not only do they have to take on the whole Western alliance, the United States of America, the biggest budget, like the amount of money that goes into the United States military, it's not even funny. But not even that, then take on the rest of Europe and stuff like that. Like, that'd be crazy to do. And not even that, Finland, that has prepared since after the Second World War, like the most prepared country in the world for war. They have nuclear bunkers for all the population. They have 1 million men they can mobilize in 5 minutes, basically. And not only that, as you look at every survey says that the most willing country to fight, like everybody's willing to go and put up with resistance. There's not going to be loads of people running away, basically, to other countries and stuff. What's happening in Ukraine at the moment? They're going to stand and fight, So they're not. So it's the best thing not to do is not to really go near the Finland, because Stalin found that out very, very easy last time with the war. A million or so Russians didn't come back from Finland. Let's put it that way. And then obviously the White Deck came along and sniped a good few of them too. So, which one? I'll keep an eye out in the chat. You want to be a YouTuber, do you? Can't find this. Yeah, the Swiss flag is across. Yeah, they probably do have the Swiss flag. They have every flag nearly on it. Yeah, but I suppose the reason why Finland joined, like you have to remember too, compared to in Ireland, like all of Parliament voted it in. Over 70% of the public in Finland wanted to join NATO and stuff like that. Like, compared to this country, nobody wants to join it. But you get what I'm saying. So I don't think they do anything. I know the media at the moment, like they're going to attack Finland and stuff like that. But this is the thing, I think Putin's not stupid. Not only would they be fighting the whole Western democracies and stuff like that, the United States, Canada, all them, they would have to fight a country with 1 million men that's trained, because they have conscription and stuff in the military. And they have bunkers, nuclear bunkers and stuff like that. They're basically ready for Armageddon, in Finland. So, and they're well prepared. Like, they've been preparing since after the Second World War. So, they're well prepared for that. So, it'd be the worst mistake he ever made if he did. Yes, but so I don't think he's that stupid. If he is, then he's definitely going. So there's a bit of trouble too in Finland. That's big for Finland. Like, I know, I put up a community post a while ago, but we just want to see what was said in the European Union, because it's actually talking what's happening with the government at the moment in Finland. So you probably to hear this, but I let it play. So this is in the European Parliament, obviously. So what they're doing in Finland, particularly at the moment, the Prime Minister, the fellow who sent me the letter and stuff, who lives in Belarus. I didn't actually know. No, I didn't even see that. I never actually even seen that. I didn't even know there was Irish people in Belarus, to be totally honest. It doesn't seem like a country many Irish people go to. And what does he do? I don't know. And I never noticed it. I wouldn't even think an Irish person be in Belarus. It wouldn't be the place I would go if I was an Irish person. Let's put it that way. Don't say he's a poor Russian person. He should be pro Ireland. That's what I am. I'm pro Ireland. I'm not pro NATO or pro Europe or pro Russia. I'm pro Ireland. And that's what the way we should be as Irish people, pro Ireland. We're not in for any other country. We're in for ourselves and ourselves alone. We don't need NATO to protect us. We need ourselves. That's all we need. Um, that's the way I see it. But long story short is like I do call this out too. It's basically the same with the hate speech law here. What to do, restricting freedom, and I think as a democracy here, and it's important to call it out that at the moment we see what to do in Finland. They're bringing in legislation at the moment, the true Finns and stuff like that. That they want to stop people protesting. They want to stop people having strikes and stuff like that. So they're going to basically ban protests. Anybody having a protest or anybody having a strike, like a union strike and stuff like that. So it is pretty shocking. It is a pretty shocking thing to do, to turn around and do. And obviously they shouldn't do it. It's about that. Because we shouldn't do it here too, because it is your inalienable right to demonstrate and to to go on strike if you deem conditions unfairly or stuff like that. So it obviously shouldn't be the case, but we better not give the Irish government any ideas because they might just follow suit. But no, it's obviously the true Finns that are what to bring this forward. But obviously with the wanting to cut down on immigration stuff, obviously I support that. But what else they're asking to do, like social cuts and stuff like that, and restrictions on trade unions and stuff like that, they shouldn't be doing. And I know I sound like such a lefty at the moment, but at the end of the day, that's the way it should be really in the northern countries, like a welfare state and stuff like that. If that makes any sense, it shouldn't be this way. But I let it just pay. So you can see something. It's, But this is the no. This is the. I know it sounds like such a lefty. I just want to comment because the Scandinavia has always been a welfare state and stuff like that. So and especially the changes the moment the people don't want it in Finland. They wanted to stop migration and stop people turning up at the borders and stuff like that. And I understand that. I agree with that. But trying to stop people from protesting and striking is a bit too much. Because let's be fair, at the end of the day, if you untreated them fairly, because at the end of the day, businesses like you take big into and corporations and even governments and stuff like that, they want to pay as little as possible for the work you do. And at the end of the day, if you've been treated unfairly, you have every entitlement to strike and to protest. Like that is very dangerous when you see something like that happening. Like we already see with the hate speech here. Like if you give the Irish government ideas, they will ban protests too because they hate protests. People protesting outside asylum seekers and stuff. But generally, this is like in the works as we speak now in Finland. Like it's very frightening to see something like that. Now, whatever about trade unions and stuff like that, but that's what it is. It's always been the social democracy kind of in Scandinavia. But they're doing what the Labour Party did too, in terms of cutting people's social welfare, single parents and stuff like that. We remember what happened to the Labour Party when they done that. They got annihilated. Like they literally got annihilated, but it's quite shocking. Like usually, they're just I'm usually not just up fucking the European Union's ass, basically. But I do agree in democracy. I agree in the will of the people, and I agree in for like people voting for who they want to represent them. And I agree with people if they want to strike and stuff like that, if they're getting treated unfairly. Obviously, some people would just strike just because they always want more and understand it. But if you've been treated unfairly and stuff like that, you shouldn't have to work in an environment. Like you take for example now, you remember when the firefighters a few months ago went on strike here for a day into outside fire station because they were being treated, they were getting little to nothing pay. We're only getting a few, like it was about 10,000 a year. That's all they were getting, only firefighting in this country. And they had to be on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they couldn't go far from the fire station and stuff like that. So it was unfair, the amount of money. So I agree with that. And in this country, it's a perfect example. If we did ban like protests and strikes and stuff like that, even go back to the Dublin lockout and stuff like that. It's an Irish tradition to strike if you've been treated unfairly. So if they ever do that, like they probably will do that. That's what they're going to come for soon in Ireland. They come to your freedom of assembly and stuff like that. Like the hate speech is already trying to suppress you from speaking and for having your opinion heard and stuff like that. You know, like well, Ireland has a history with the Dublin lockout, as you remember. Like that was a strike, but because they were being treated unfairly. So it's a far cry from the Labour Party of today, the Dublin lockout and stuff like that. Yeah, you just read some titles. But this is the thing too. Like without unions and stuff, I know I always give council union shit and stuff like that because I'm technically in a union, the civil service and stuff like that. But they're only at the end of the day, they're only looking after your rights and stuff like that. I know unions can be fucking disgraceful and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, only for unions and stuff like the government will treat you like shit. Like let's put it that way. Uh, to make it easier for people to be fired and stuff, just because they don't like you or whatever. It's not right and stuff like that. And that's what they want to do, the government here. And that's disgraceful. And what the like this is the thing too. And as I was saying with the Labour Party, that's what they did here. Do you remember with single parents? Joan Bolton cut single parents, single mothers with children. They cut their social welfare and stuff like that. And do you remember what happened to the Labour Party after? They never seen the light of day. You know. Uh, but I'm just saying it's not a good move, particularly for a country that's always been like and social democracy. Like how would you put it? Like the Nordic countries always been a welfare state, like Denmark, Norway, Sweden, always been a welfare state. Sweden's not doing too good, but you know, you don't care what happens in the European Parliament. Also, they have some guff, like the European Parliament is there. I know it's right to call it out, like strike and stuff like that. Obviously, we should all agree that's utter shameful. Like you think about your job in the morning, if you didn't have a union and stuff, majority people do have unions and stuff. Your employer will treat you like shit. Like they would generally they give you as little as possible for the work you do. And that's unfair. I know I'm socialist 2.0 and stuff like that, but it's only the truth. Like it is genuinely the truth. Without unions, you'd be getting nothing. You do that. And obviously, then some guffs to say the word freedom. Imagine the European Parliament actually coming out with the word freedom. You know, and Ireland with a hate speech bill coming forward, trying to limit your speech. And if you had a meme on your phone, you go to prison and stuff like that. Well, they should be calling that out too. They should be saying Ireland's not much better. But it is a start that these things have been called out. It is disgraceful. I know I'm such saying this, but it is disgraceful. When you see these things, you have to call it out. Like stopping people from going on strike and people from protesting too. It is like that's just the bedrock of democracy. You think about it at the moment. Like in fairness to the Irish government, give them this. I know I'm being a simp at the moment, the Irish government, but in fairness to this, they haven't, on the outside refugee centres and stuff. They haven't banned that. Like they haven't done it yet. Uh, you know, so thankfully they haven't done that, yet, but they could do it soon. But we think about that. At least you have the right to protest to a certain degree at the moment. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm just saying about it because it's not the best thing to do. I think it'd be hungry, definitely. Hungry would probably get kicked out of it, to be very honest. Like, I don't think they have an option. I think they'd be just kicked out of it because they're annoying them something fierce. Either that would be Poland or even Finland, as we see here at the moment. Uh, it'd be apples, anyway. It'd be apples. Yeah. Hungry. But no, but I just wanted to show you that because this that believes in democracy, believes in people's freedom of speech, and believes in the right to protest and stuff like that. Um, it's very shameful. Hopefully, they decide not to do it because at the end of the day, like you think about the Irish government here at the morning, saying that you couldn't protest over stuff. Um, it'd be shameful. Like the government are trying to suppress you at the moment, letting known, if they get away with it, do it even more. But they're not probably going to get away with the hate speech because people are utterly up in arms over it. But we'll come to that bridge when it gets there. But you get what I'm saying. But this is actively going through the Finnish Parliament at the moment. But you get what I'm saying. It is shocking, and people don't want it. Like you see at the moment with the True Finns, uh, they're not doing too well. No, but the reason why I'm saying about this is because you don't want to see these things happen. In the countries. Usually, I don't give a shit about the European Union, to be honest. But like in general, whoever this fellow was, like I think he's Finnish MP. Yeah, like he's from Denmark. He's from Denmark. He's a Danish MP, member of the European Parliament. You get what I'm saying. I soon get to lions and stuff like that. Boom. Now we're talking about strawberries. Do you remember when they used to they brought loads of people in during the lockdown to pick strawberries or what was it? Stuff like that. Is there anything else you need to talk about before I go on to this? Don't think so, but I can look. I'll just look to see. Um, so I'll just talk about this for a second, actually. Because obviously I was going to, so this is a bit serious at the moment, but obviously I was going to run in the local town election in Cavan Tobit. Obviously I'm not doing that now, but that was where I was going to run. So obviously I'm going to endorse people should vote for in the Cavan Tobit municipal district. Sorry, I keep mixing that up. So I do encourage, and obviously I do encourage you to vote for another independent councillor. He's been doing good work. He's a good man. He's done a good bit for this area, for the Baltobin area particularly. And there's no. So I'd be saying to people in the Cavan Baltobin area. I know probably not many people in the Cavan Baltobin are here at the moment, but if you know anybody, to say to give him a vote in the next local town. Like, I know it's a few months time, but he announced that he was one of them, so that's why I said I talk about it for a second. So this is Councillor Brendan Fay, an independent councillor. He was the first independent councillor here elected in over 20 years in this part of the Cavan. So that's obviously, it's good to see independent men and independent women getting out there, of course. So, I definitely do. If you know anybody in this area, so the local town election is the 7th of June. So definitely, if you know anybody that's in this area, in the Cavan Tobit area now, in the local election area, do let them know about. Well, they know probably Brendan Van, but do give him number one. That's what I would say in the town election, because we do need an independent voice in this area, and we do need to keep him in office. I know, but if it's it's a weird thing to come out with now, but you get what I'm saying. We have to follow independent councillors in if we want change, and we need to do it. So just to say, just seeing that other one, as I said, I tell you about it. To the government. The criminal justice hate. Yeah, so there's no really word yet in the hate speech bill. I was going to say about it. So we finally get on to this. I know Fiona's still here. Yes, I know she'd be delighted to see about time that we finally get on to. So I put up my community post earlier. So this is Lai Anderson, obviously a good friend of Santa Marine. And she basically said, "Dude, this is the thing with the true Finns." Is talking about Finland again. Like, why would you put your secretary, state secretary, like the state secretary for the true Finns? Why would you appoint him to a head role in the Finnish intelligence, especially when you see at the moment that they're trying to suppress people's freedom, to like protesting and striking and stuff like that? Why would you appoint somebody like that? Let's put out here. And I made a joke that there'd be no more money coming here from Finland, unfortunately, no more brown envelopes, unfortunately, from the SDLP post that was in basically. But no, it is pretty shocking when you see that they're actually appointing somebody that actually was in their party and stuff. They shouldn't really have any, like somebody that's over in the intelligence stuff and stuff like that should have no connection to any political party. Like that shouldn't be the case. Like just saying it straight, it's the same in Ireland. That shouldn't be the case that somebody that was so high in a party that's in government at the moment, they shouldn't be elected to the head of the Finnish intelligence and security service. They shouldn't be in that position. Like I'm sure we all agree, they shouldn't be in that position. It's like somebody from Fianna Fáil or Fianna Gael been put in. Um, you know, because that's just political. What do you call it? What would you call it? Like putting in somebody that's in. You shouldn't be doing that. That makes any sense. So I just made the joke that I wouldn't be getting any more money and stuff like that. But no, it is worrying to see that because Fianna Fáil and Fianna Gael are do it soon. Yeah, conflict of interest. That's what I'm saying. Like he's literally the true secretary of the true Finn state secretary, and especially when you just seen the article that the thing I was just talking to you about the European Union, that they want to suppress people's rights to strike and stuff like that, and their rights to protest. Take for example, and then you see this, and especially because it's not really the Conservative Party and stuff like that. It's the true Finns. These are the people that are at it. It's the true Finns. They're the ones who really want this. It is literally true Finns. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. All that fun will be gone now if this fella gets in. Like we need to stop this. No, but in general, you get what I'm saying. It is very shocking when you just seen that article before that the government actively want to suppress people from striking and from protesting. Like that's something you've seen in Soviet Russia and Nazi Germany, in Iran, in Iraq. In Russia, take for example, we've seen it recently too when the what they call it, Alexei Navalny died in the prison in the Arctic, and his supporters went to his funeral, and a lot of them got arrested and stuff like that. Like in a democracy, we take that too much for granted. And hopefully they do go back, and hopefully the true Finns do kind of just see. But it is the true Finns, like they're the ones that really are pushing it. It's not so much the Conservatives, the true Finns. Like they generally are just destroying themselves. Like they really are just out to destroy themselves at this point. So long story short, and I know controversial take, they should have just kept Sano in power. Like they should, like people in Finland should have just. I told you this would happen. Like if they elected Sano Marine, if Sano Marine would have got a few more votes, like if the SDLP would have won the election, we wouldn't see this. Let's put that way. So that's why they should need Sano back. Like they need Sano back. As a lot of people said, one person said in the comments on Belit, they do need Sano. They need the SDLP back in power. Like they shouldn't have. That was the worst thing they ever did. They should have kept Sano where she was. Let's put that way. Because you can kind of see what the true Finns are up to. Like you see that, like just that's why I showed you the other thing before. Like they actively want to suppress your right to protest, and they actively want to suppress your right to strike, and then sooner or later it'll be the right to freedom of speech. Like it's a slippery slope, if that makes any sense. And especially now when you see they're actually appointing somebody that was in their party, the party that wants to do this, they're appointing somebody to the head of the Finnish intelligence service that can spy on you if you have thoughts like Lianelson here that the government shouldn't be doing this. They actively be looking into her and trying to find something on her put in prison. Like it's a slippery slope. Yeah, it's the same in Ireland. It's a slippery slope when you see this kind of stuff happening. If you get what I'm saying, like it is a conflict of interest. Having somebody that's in, like it was a head post in the truth, and it wasn't just an only Joe. he was in the head, like said, I know this is a different country altogether, Adam, I'm just saying this because you do need to call this out. And I said this from the beginning too, when I was saying people should vote Sanna Marin into the government in Finland. Like that time when she was out for re-election and stuff. Like you seen what happened now, the country's just going to shit in Finland without Sanna. So definitely she needs to go back into politics and put a stop to all this madness. So you know, yeah, the number 40, but sure, look at it. I feel sorry for people in England. Oh my god, all that. But you get what I'm saying. Like it is like that is a conflict of interest if you've ever seen it. And obviously, Tulanda Anderson could get back in, but she's going for the like you woman. Here's your woman, Erin Oney. Like she's going for the European Parliament too. Where is that? Let me find this out. I'll show you now. But you get what I'm saying. You can see, like, if you put the two and two together, then trying to suppress your right to protest, cutting single mothers' money and stuff like that, and then coming out now and appointing someone that's in a higher up position than the True Finns to the head of the intelligence service. Basically, people with guns who can come to your house and say that you work for the Russians, or you work for this, or you work for that. It can end badly, basically. It's the same in Ireland. Like we see with the Ministry of Truth at the moment here in Ireland. Like they're actively suppressing people that they don't agree with, and that's not right. But just because of the political ideology and stuff like that. But we see this here, like this is another level. Like the hate speech bill, we can, like when it's out, we don't know yet what the government are going to do because they're kind of sitting back at the moment and just kind of waiting to see what happens. Because they generally don't really know what to do, the government at the moment, because they don't really want to annoy people's up and fears that they actually will go into open rebellion at this stage. As we seen in November, what happened. Like they don't want that to happen again, basically. Because it would be worse this time if they do pass this, because it literally will restrict people's freedom in this country to speak. Me speaking here now could be an offence if the government do pass this hate speech legislation. It's something that anything they don't agree with the government, they're going to come after you. And it's the same what happened in Nazi Germany, the knife for long lives and stuff like the burn, the Reichstag and stuff like that was all kind of false flags and trying to say to people, look, we have an active threat and stuff like that. It's a threat to our democracy and stuff like that, and then just take power and stuff like that. That's what happened, and unfortunately, that's what's happening nearly here too, particularly in Finland now at the moment we see. So yeah, I think Lyons and just kind of responding to this thing too. So I know a lot of people probably like, what the fuck has this got to do with anything? But you get what I'm saying. Like it's important to call it out and to say something about it, especially because I sit here and say, "Oh, the will of the people, democracy and stuff like that." Like I have to back it up if I'm going to say I'm in favor of democracy and full freedom of speech and full freedom of expression. Like I can't just sit here with my mouth shut and not say anything. Because you do have to call out these things when these things happen. Like even if it happened now and it happened anywhere, I would call it out because it's important to call out these things. So here's Lai Anderson. Yeah, so you see, she's talking about right to strike and stuff like that. Yeah, that's so obviously it's a finish, and it might not be the most accurate thing. Hello. Yeah, working conditions and wages. You see what I'm saying? Like it does have a huge effect on the only Finnish worker. Yeah, like it's more to benefit big industry and stuff like that. Like that's what's happening here. Like you see with Lai Anderson and stuff. And that's what they're doing. Like they actively are doing this. Like I wouldn't mind if she was just making this up, but they actively are doing it because I've looked into it. They actually are doing it. Like she's not lying when she's saying this. Like she's telling the truth, literally telling every word for word. Like that's what's in the legislation that they're trying to pass at the moment in the True Finns. Like they actually are doing it. Yeah, I've been called a Finnish spy many times. I wonder is this case for me? Like spending a few minutes complaining about another country and stuff. Fine Gael spy. Oh no. I've been called a lot worse. So I was called Russian spies. I've mainly been called Finnish spies because people generally do. I wonder how they take down a Finnish spy. I don't get it. How could I be from a Finnish spy? It's just the Mona Lisa. I couldn't be a Finnish spy, and I couldn't be working for the SDLP, the Social Democratic Party of Finland, and I couldn't be doing it. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. Um, yeah, you get what I'm saying, but yeah. So I am this on this saying, but come here. But yeah, no. Generally, a lot of people, like in general, just to say, I'm looking at the here now. Like the true Finns have basically hit. They've lost a tremendous amount of support, along with the Conservative Party in Finland that's in the coalition. So the SDLP will probably be Sanna. Well, not Sanna. She's not the leader of the SDLP anymore, but it will be the SDLP that will be back in power in the next election. So hopefully, maybe they might get her back because I generally do think the country needs her back. Like Finland needs her back. I know some 2.0, but like when you see this kind of stuff happen, you need to get the boss back. You need to get you need to get somebody who can really change stuff. Uh, we need to where am I here? Yeah, Russian bots. Like literally, that's the thing of the government. Like they are literally trying to they nearly blame Putin and the Russians for the election and stuff. But at the end of the day, they had nothing to do with it because it was the government's own fault. Like it was Richmond, like it was Neil Richmond that said what he said, and there, and then what Leo said in the 6 o'clock show, and what literally the whole fuck up with it. If you literally send a Christmas card during an Job relationship, like they really fucked themselves more than anything else, and people didn't trust them. And it goes down to this fact that people don't trust them. It's the same in Finland at the moment. Like there was a poll done in Finland, take for example, that there was there's less trust in the government. I showed on my poll a few months ago too. There's less trust in the government, and people don't have faith in the government doing the right thing for Finland, take for example. It's the same here in Ireland. People don't have faith. When you don't have faith in democracy and have faith in the people governing, uh, that's what happens. It generally does happen. So what you see now, why would the only Finnish citizen have faith in the government when they're literally actively trying to suppress your freedom of assembly and freedom of strike? Like the Irish government probably will do this eventually. Like let's be fair, they actually will because they hate people protesting outside asylum seekers. Like we've seen what happened in Rosslare, the guards were sent in to batter them up and push them out of the way. But you get what I'm saying. Like we don't want to see that happen in any country because I do believe in democracy. I'm not some far right lunatic that wants a fascist regime or something like that. I know a lot of people probably would say that, but I'm for democracy. I really want people to have their say and to go out, regardless if it's the most left wing thing imaginable, that you have the right to go out and strike and you have the right to go out and protest and to be heard. Like that's the main thing, just to be heard, to have your voice heard. That's the main thing. And that's what democracy is all about. Like I believe in democracy. I generally do believe in democracy. Perfect example to OT prime time. She annoyed me how Martin do. Like you get what I'm saying. Like it's all this they really fucked, but they were fucked from the start. I think. You get what I'm saying. There was no hope for them basically. Because people are just sick of them. But yeah, no, it's a big conflict of interest now. This thing. I keep an eye on it now. I let you know, but where am I now? Yeah, I seen that, but they're probably going to take another few months for them to do. I'm actually having a brain fit. Give me a second. We're going to go back to Ireland. We're going to get out of Finland and talk about Ireland. How does that sound? Usually, I'd say people are absolutely gobsmacked that I actually are coming out and speaking with another country. Usually, I'm only talking about Ireland. I never really talk about any other country in the world. But I felt obligated to say something about that. Because you do have to call these things out. Is this subtitles? No. I wish you could hear this, but I probably can play it on my phone actually. So this was on prime time last night. I can't really play them because there's no sound, and I wish it could be. I had to just find out. So it was capture what they call it, the camcorder, which is often the cam. What they call, I can never think. Like I'm that big of a capture. What they call, I can never think of is the less camcorder. She's independent. Catherine Conley, TD. She basically came out and said this too, and she's bang on the money. Like she's literally bang on the money in what she's saying. I just get this up in what she said, and it goes back to what I literally just said 5 minutes ago about trust in society. So just to the show, because it's literally bang on the money. Like I couldn't have said it better myself. When you don't have trust in the government, people should have trust. Like the government, it should be both ways. Basically, that's what I'm gonna say. Like she's literally bang on the money. Like that's what I'm saying. So listen to this for 2 seconds, and
the old saying, "Success has many fathers, and failure is an orphan." And in this case, we have many fathers claiming in the defeat and many mothers wanting to share in the defeat. So language has been turned on its head, just as it was during the election, and just as is very clear to us now, with lots of TDs coming out saying they campaigned for a yes vote and then silently cast their vote.
Like imagine that they're just going by what I can't get over Lisa Chambers and them literally campaigning for the yes and then voted again. Like why would you do that? Like I don't really believe that she voted, but why would you come out and say that? Like it sounds utterly stupid, especially when you actively campaigned. I wouldn't mind if you were an only Joe and you didn't campaign. Maybe you said yes, I vote yes and yes. But if you were an only Joe, it's understandable. But if you're a TD literally out in the street handing out leaflets to people saying to vote yes and yes, and I wouldn't mind if they said it before the election. They were actively saying no and no. But none of them opened them out. And then as soon as the election was over, they all opened them out then when they had the results. Like I knew from the start when I was going to vote, and I said it from the start when I was going to vote. Because it was total bullshit and what the government was saying, and what the National Women's Council of Ireland took example too. Talk about being for women and stuff like that, like for the upper class women in big jobs and stuff like that, but not for the only woman, to be totally honest. Like NGOs, like all the NGOs were up in arms about it. Like, oh yeah. But at the end of the day, it wasn't for women. That's just about that, and that's what the majority of the people thought themselves too. If this were played, that'd be nice just to hear the last bit of it.
Vote no.
What do you think of that? What do you think of TDs doing that?
Actually, I think Deputy McGuinness captured it when he said we have a serious issue with truth and trust and truthfulness. And besides a defeat for the government, the whole issue of truth and trust is now really difficult. How can we believe anything from a government? This is a serious consequence from this referendum. I fully disagree with Barry in relation to putting the blame on a campaign that wasn't effective. It certainly wasn't. But the campaign could never have been effective because what they were doing was utterly clear to the voters.
Yeah. So it goes back to the fundamental in democracy, the pillar of democracy is truth and honesty. Like that's what you need in a democracy. That's the way democracy focuses. If you're truth and honest with yourself, like not even with the people before, with yourself. And the government's not doing that. So then they lost the trust, and they have lost the room. Like they have literally lost the room in the government of this country because for too long they've taken people like it's Irish people's fault and my fault and along with many other people for just saying, oh, sure, look, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. We'll give them the benefit of, like I've often said about it. Like Irish people have often had it saying, oh, we give them the benefit of the doubt, And for too long, we give them the benefit of the doubt, and they threw it back in your face. They threw back in your face, straight in your face, and told you, fuck you, basically. And that's not acceptable anymore. It comes to a point in time where you have to stand up and say, no, we're not going to give you any more of the benefit of the doubt. We want you out. Get out. No more benefit of the doubt. Get out. Simple as that. That's the end of it. That's the end of the discussion. Get them out. That's as simple as that. That should be the slogan. We give you enough of the benefit of the doubt to get you out. Simple as that. That's what has to be done. Because there's no truth. Like, how could you trust the government now? Like I said before the election too, the main thing I was worried about, I couldn't trust what they were saying. Because Neil Richmond basically let the cat out of the bag too. We could have to give him the benefit of the doubt in that one, but he let the cat out of the bag. But we all knew what the game was at the end. We all know what the World Economic Forum's agenda was too, in terms of family and stuff like that. They want to destroy family. I know you shouldn't probably say that on YouTube, but it's there in documents. They want to destroy the family. We can't talk with the reasons, but you get what I'm saying. And it's just going by what they want, and it's just basically wokeness, basically, that's got to the government. And that's not acceptable. It's really not acceptable for a country to go that way. But you get what I'm saying. You generally get what I'm saying. Nobody can trust them. How could you trust them now, the government, after them being annihilated? Like, not even by a few votes, annihilated totally with votes. How could you trust them? Like, how would you trust them? And now they're coming out and saying this, that, they're just denying the truth that's literally in front of them. Like, they're not being true with themselves. They're not being true with the constituents. They're not being true with the people. Like, they're not being truthful, and they're not saying what they really want to do and stuff like that. Like, we know with the hate speech, it was clear as daylight what they want to do, would you? But you get what I'm saying, and that's the fundamental of democracy. Just having the right, having truthfulness and openness in society. But that's too much to ask. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. But it didn't help his cause. That's what I mean. And then obviously, did you hear about the two Fine Gael senators that went off to the Ireland and England match when they were supposed to be voting too? Like, how could you take them serious? They can't even go with what they wanted to do. Like, it is a joke. Like, this country is a joke. And there's only so much people can really put up with a joke. Because we literally are just living in the twilight. Oh, say, can you see like that unsparkling light? What so proudly we hail that the twilight stars streaming, whose thoughts and right. Yeah, who knows? Like, it's a big joke. Like, it is, John. But what am I going to say? The look-ups up in here now. Like the hate speech bill is actually trending. Why is Helsinki trending? What has happened? Peg Gillen. I don't know why Helsinki's trending. Oh, wish. No, I thought that was something. Oh yeah, Mary Butler met the Pope. I have to look that up too in a few minutes. Like, Ireland has followed trending for the last million years. Like, the hate speech bill is trending in Ireland. No wonder. I would not blame anybody for giving out the hate speech bill. Like, yeah. Let me see. I have to see this now. But this is the thing. Like, Radio D's already said he doesn't want Fianna Fáil to vote for the hate speech bill. But they probably will all just vote for it anyway. Like, none of them are going to. For the common good. As Pauline O'Reilly say. It's all for the common good. So we're being told. Like, and it's a joke. But generally, like, I hate to be a downer and that, but like, if this hate speech bill gets in, it's the end of Irish democracy. Like, it generally is nearly the nail on the coffin. There's no more nails to be hammered into the coffin. Because that generally was, like, it's just a slippery slope when you see that happen. There's what they come for your speech, and then they come for your freedom of expression, like your freedom of to assembly and all that, and that's what's going to happen. Because it's generally stopping you from speaking, and it can be abused in billions of ways. Like, generally, just even calling out the government here for these stuff, you could be probably hauled off to prison for 5 years. And then you have the Ministry of Truth censoring you and stuff like that. So, like, literally, there will have to be, put a stop to. We out of the, like, it just generally has to be, because people don't want it, and it's not the will of the people. If they're going to bring in, this is the way I said to somebody, if they're going to bring it in the hate speech bill, it should go to the people, as it did before. It should go to the people the same as the referendum, and the people will vote yes or no to the hate speech bill, because we all know what the answer will be, but that's the only way, because the Constitution of Ireland basically says straight that your freedom of thought and your freedom to assembly it's your enable right. Nobody can take that away from you. Nobody on this planet can ever take that away from you. It's just your total right. Nobody can stop you, basically. As long as you don't threaten violence or something like that, obviously. That's the only exception, really. So if the hate speech bill passes, it can be abused in billions of ways. And it's just a slippery slope from there. We see now in Finland too, with the one the ban strikes and stuff like that. And then them pointing somebody that's basically was in one of the government parties to the intelligence service and stuff like that. Like it's just a slippery slope from there. What's some things? Yeah, but if they do pass it, because like if they do go into it only needs to be passed in both houses the Oireachtas, the hate speech bill. But if they do, like if they really want to be a true democracy and see what people do want, which they won't do because we all know the answer, be nearly a total no, like utter no, like more than it was before with the last referendum. Like, they're not going to do it after what happened to them last time and get absolutely humiliated, because that's what democracy is all about. You put it to the people. And the people don't want it, so they know what the answer is going to be. So they won't do that. But if that's the only way, then if they're going to bring the hate speech forward, they put it to the people, and the people decide: do they want tyranny or do they want freedom and democracy? At least then we can only blame ourselves if we got in. But they probably would wig it, to be totally honest, because it would be so shameful. If they actually are just crying at the moment, they probably never have a fair election in this country again, probably. Because they've been just absolutely teared to bits, across the whole world. Everybody's laughing at the government. So I don't think they're going to do that again. Like it'd be nearly 95% no on the hate speech if they did put it forward to a referendum. It would not pass, basically. Let's put it that way. It'd be the biggest defeat ever for the government if it did pass. But you get what I'm saying. But that's the only way, if they were going to do it, that's the only way they should do it. At least then, because let's be fair, none of the political Sinn Féin's all forward, Labour's all forward, the Social Democrats all forward, all the opposition's basically forward, apart from independents and Aimtu maybe. Maybe a few Fianna Fáil TDs might go against this, Willie O'Deed, but at the end of the day, not many of them are going to stand up and say no, basically. It's not going to make much of a difference unless the main opposition party goes against it, but Sinn Féin are not. So there's, in the Dáil particularly, and then the Shanna too, there's a few independents might go against it, but at the end of the day, it's all Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. They're all going to vote what their party tells them to do. And that's what's going to happen. It's more contempt of court, but when the hate speech bill gets in place, they will probably put them in for longer, just because because they do have them on the contempt of court, basically. That's what they really have them in on. It's not really to do with the hate speech because it's not in law yet. So it's just contempt of court they have them for the moment. But when obviously the hate speech bill comes in, they probably will charge them with that. If they do get it, then hopefully they don't. But if it does go through the houses of the Oireachtas, the two houses of the Oireachtas, like it's going to just fly through it. Like it's not going to be any opposition to it. There's going to be literally no debate on the lead up, just to say. It's just going to be through the house of the Oireachtas. They won't let anybody say boo against it. They just fly it through. And then it'll be up to the president to sign it, and there'll be nothing said after that. Because the president, like Michael Higgins, is not going to say boo to it either. Like he's not going to send it to the Supreme Court. Like whatever the case is, he's just going to sign whatever they said. Like he hasn't once said then to the Supreme Court to see it's a constitutional. Like, and it isn't constitutional, regardless of what they say. In every democracy, this is why they haven't got away with putting it in yet, because it's what the fundamental right in the Constitution is your freedom to express your opinion, like in the freedom of assembly and stuff like that. And I don't know how they could phrase it that it's constitutional and it's we have to for the common good and stuff like that, because that's not a good argument about taking away people and sending them to prison for 5 years if they have a different opinion to the government and stuff. Which again, I'm saying. But the gloves are off if they do pass the hate speech bill. The gloves are off, and simple as that. And that's the way I'm going to put it. That'll be it. But it will be the destruction of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael if they do pass it, and whatever party votes for it will be the destruction of them. Because as I say, if you took like the opinion poll, the government, what was it? had a committee, and I suppose the opinion of the committee too was overwhelmingly no, we shouldn't bring it in, and they just refused to listen to that too. But the only way, the only thing they could do, and as I say, the true democracy way is to publish with the people, let the people vote and see what they say. But as I say, they won't do that now after what happened in the last referendum. So, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, I've seen that in the UK. What they done, stopped in clinics and stuff. I can't really say too much on the YouTube about it, but yeah, no, it is the biggest threat to our democracy ever. As hate people. Like, I hate to be a downer on it, but it is the truth, and I can't emphasize that enough. Like, I truly can't emphasize it enough to. Peg Gilly. Hello. That's not even Peg Gilly. What is this? I can't understand this. So, yep. Sean's was like, yep. After that big speech, he's like, yep. But no, it generally is like, I don't mean to be a downer, but it is. It is Jove. It's like I can't see any way out of it. It does pass. And I hate to be downer, but it is the truth. Also, there's been quite a bit of comments. Well, not a bit of comments, but there's been a good few emails and stuff I've got. Aye. But, like, even just take, for example, what Ewan only just said there. That would be deemed hate speech and you'd be hauled off the prison, for it. Like, even just saying anything like that, they would literally just haul you off the prison. There'd be no such thing as debate anymore in the country if the hate speech bill did pass. Like, even just saying we should have a restriction on immigration, so people should have their passports checked, they probably would lock you up for 5 years. Because they generally could just make up anything at this stage if the hate speech bill did pass. Like, the whole country would be full of people in prison just with hate speech bill. Like, even just saying, we probably should house the people that are here, like in the country that's been here for decades and hundreds and billions of years, the family, and who's on the housing list for the last 15 years. We probably shouldn't just give it to somebody that's after turning up 5 minutes and give it to them, Just saying that you'd be hauled up to prison for the next 10, 100 years. Because, hate speech and stuff like that. Now, generally, there's few things maybe you could say that are hateful in the world. So there's some offensive slang you can use to people and stuff like that. You could maybe say they're hate speech and stuff, but just generally having an opinion, you probably shouldn't be prosecuted for that. But if you said something really, really offensive, maybe you could say. But if just pointing out a fact, like that, and just pointing out a fact saying people who showed up here are getting this, that, like, yeah, take for example that too, yeah. That's what's happened. It's just straight up fact. So I don't know what's going to happen with me on YouTube. I'll probably be gone. I'll be gone probably straight away. Like, they probably will ban me when that comes in. There'll be no debate. There's no debate after that. You'd be just shut up and probably locked up. But sure, look at they can do their best. I suppose when the time comes to lock you up and stuff. But you look at they have to lock up a lot of us. They have to imprison us all. Because they generally have a lot of people to lock up if they're going to go down that path. And there's going to be a lot of resistance to it. So you get what I'm saying. Because even just saying anything would fight. You going against any political party and stuff like that that's in government and stuff. I don't agree with the Greens, off the prison for 10 years. That's like it can be abused literally in that way. Like it actually could. Like because it's just a slippery slope. Like it is generally just you've seen with what I said about the truth hints and stuff. Like it's just a slippery slope from there. First, it's your freedom of expression and freedom of thought. Then the next thing is your freedom to go out and protest and to strike or whatever. Then it's your freedom online. It's total surveillance. You have to be monitored and stuff like that. Then it's the CCTV cameras in the street with facial recognition software and stuff like that. Like it's just a slippery slope. It generally is, and it's not a conspiracy theory. Like it's actually true. Because we see it what happened. We generally see it. We could have said it. I would have said a few years ago that the government wouldn't do that, or the government wouldn't do that to its own people and stuff like that. But nothing's off the table now. Like it's generally nothing's off the table. Because they generally seem to have utter hatred towards the people, which is not good, obviously. Oh yeah, I probably should show Willie O'Dee's tweet about the thing. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe people didn't see it. Yeah, so I'm talking shite here for a minute. Like I'm just gaslighting. So I'm forgetting what I'm saying. Dust it up. Might have to find this now. Gonna be quite a job to fucking find this now. Yeah. Also, apparently, Ireland's ranked the 8th most miserable country in the world, and the only reason why, let's put it this straight, I put it straight to you. The only reason why this country is ranked the most miserable country in the world, or the 8th most miserable country, is because this fucking government. There's nothing else. Everything in Ireland's great, like the culture, everything, the traditions and stuff is great. But the only thing that really fucks us is the government. At the end of the day, that's what really depresses people in every country. It's just having a fucking stupid ass government that it's just it gets everything the people want. And just literally will not speak any sense. And that's just the beginning and end of it. So I'll show you Willie O'Dee's tweet from the other day after the bill. So Willie O'Dea, here we are. So obviously Willie O'Dea, first of all, has been in Fianna Fáil since God was a goss, and like he actually has been in Fianna Fáil that long. He must be 40, 50 years nearly in Fianna Fáil. Like he's that long in Fianna Fáil. It's not even funny. Where is this street? Yeah, so you see here. He's actually talking sense, but I would love to see did he actually vote with the government on the yes vote. But he should have said this a long time. I know he said something a few months ago, but he should have been out. He should be literally going all out at the moment at Fianna Fáil. Like basically what I'm trying to say in Fianna Fáil and Fianna Gael, there should be almighty resistance in it. If they want to save themselves, not even save their party, save themselves for what's coming, like in the next election when they all get kicked out of office. Like Fianna Fáil needs to go back to basics and ban the hate speech, but like they do need to just throw it out the door, like get rid of it, out of it, like nowhere to be found. Focus on housing and healthcare, law and order. Like yeah, law and order, housing, healthcare. Yeah, that's what the government should be focusing on. But they're spending the majority of the time just saying, "Oh, we're going to just worry about this." Stop playing the woke gallery. Like it is literally just playing to wokeness. And stop taking, talking down. Stop listening to the out of touch screens and NGOs. Like it's perfectly straight. Don't be listening to NGOs and stuff like that. Ooh. But he should have said no go. We're not even that. Like he's only coming out now when people voted overwhelmingly no. And James Brown said the same. He agreed with him. Another Fianna Fáil teacher. So hopefully there might be a big coup in Fianna Fáil soon that will just like do something. But anyway, I soon probably go because I'm nearly 2 hours here. Um, yeah, like they all go with the same thing. Like none of the Sinn Féin TDs are going to stand up and say no, the woke vote for the hate speech bill. Like none of them are because they never did before. Like let's put it that way, none of them ever stood up and said no, I disagree with this. Yeah. Like I couldn't in good conscience. I don't get it. I couldn't in good conscience in Fianna Fáil and Fianna Gael if I was a member of them, or even a Sinn Féin at the moment. If I was sitting in the Dáil in a Sinn Féin seat, or even the council seat, I couldn't in good conscience sit there when people in Ireland are saying utterly no, they don't want this. I couldn't stay in my seat. To be totally honest, I would say no. I don't leave the party, become an independent. Like I couldn't in good conscience do it. I might just say straight. That's why I would have been an independent if I was one in the local authority, because I would have had my own policies and I wouldn't be dictated to by Micheál Martin or Mary Lou McDonald or anything like that. I'd be able to do my own thing and listen to people, be more flexible in policy and stuff like that, listening to people, because they just refuse to listen to people. They're off in their own head, half the leaders of the parties. So I showed this on stream the other day too. Now, a lot of people did message me and stuff like that. And they were of the same opinion as I was that day. So I'll show you. So I'm sure people have seen Sanna Mointrade. What do women want to decide for themselves? Have the international women. This was on the day of the election, like on the day of the election in Ireland. So everybody thought this was very cool. And a lot of even underneath the comments, you see there's 316 comments. Like a lot of people did actually ask, is this to do with the Irish election? Like she never responded to it. But it is very peculiar. Like on the same day, like the saying, what to do women want to decide for themselves, do they want to be at home or do they want to go out and walk and stuff? The government shouldn't, what do women do? I wish she asked the question, what is a woman? Just tag Micheál Martin or something like that. What is a woman, Micheál Martin? Tell me. Like she generally should have. Like it would have been the most. Like it would have tilted Micheál Martin something fierce. Like imagine she just says, "What is a woman, Micheál Martin?" Tag Micheál Martin. Then Leo Falk. What is a woman, Leo Falk? Like it would be pretty based, wouldn't it? Like I'll just lecture them. But no, actually people do, because it actually is the most weirdest thing. Like there's no elections or anything in Finland. Like I looked into this myself. But why would she say this? Like and then say Happy International on the election, like on the 8th of March, like this was on the same day as the election, like that Friday. Like, it's insane. And that was the main point for the no side too. Like women should have the choice to decide for themselves. The state shouldn't be telling them what the woman should do in this time. It was just very peculiar thing. Like on the day of the election, like I wouldn't mind if it was any other day. Maybe you could. But a lot of people have the same opinion as that. So maybe Sanna is influencing Irish elections. That's what the government are going to use next to see this, and they'll be like, yeah, the Finnish are influencing Irish elections. That's how we overwhelmingly know they're hacked into our systems to get a no vote. They'll probably will come out and say that now. But no, I generally do not think, like everybody here, do not think that actually is peculiar. Like it is I don't know if that's a coincidence. I'd love to be able to ask, but if I ever do come across Anna Moyne, I will ask. Even though she probably wouldn't remember. Like treating that if it's 9 years from now, I don't think she would remember. Or was she aware, or at least aware of the election? I'm sure she was aware that there was a referendum in Ireland. Because it was on a lot of news channels. It was on Euronews. It was on CNN. It was talked about on CNN too, and on Fox News and stuff in the United States about the Irish election. And obviously Tucker Carlson was a good bit of talk online about it too. So I'm sure a majority of the European politicians did hear about it. And heard about Leo Varadkar getting beaten and stuff like that mainly, and they're probably all afraid for themselves, But I'm sure they heard something. Like I'm probably coping at this stage too. But it is generally peculiar. Because especially because it's on that Friday, I wouldn't mind if it's Sunday or something. And especially because you just could have said Happy International Women's Day and left it at that. You didn't have to go out. What does a woman want to do to decide for themselves? Like it's not. It's just like the Happy International Women's Day, okay. But I don't know what was the reference. And I wouldn't mind if she said it was something to do with this, that. but she said nothing else about that. So it's very peculiar, and a lot of people thought so. A few people showed it, heard me say it, and they seen it too, and they were like, "This is peculiar." They thought maybe I had a role in this. Being a Finnish spy, of course. Oh no, shit! I said the quiet part out. I'm like Neil Witchman that time. I said the quiet part out loud. Oh no, I've been exposed. The Irish government are now going to use the excuse there's a Finnish spy in the country and he was influencing the no vote. I better not give them ammunition, or they might just do that. To be literally on OT now tonight. Oh, there's a Finnish spy here. That's why they know because they literally are coping at the moment, so they'll look for any excuse to use to say to people, "Oh, that's why we lost." You know, it wasn't because people had no trust in us and stuff like that. You know, yeah. No, hello, Aaron, first of all. It's not going ahead, no, not in the town. It's going ahead in Killishandra and stuff like the big towns, like apart from Cavan, there was no volunteers. And I don't think anything has changed. So there'll be no parade in the town. So that's why I put up in the community post about the one in Killishandra. There's one happening in Killishandra. So a lot of people from the town are going out to Killishandra. So Killishandra is going to be basically the main one this year instead of the town. Because unless they do it last minute, but I don't think they will, because they have to do it now if we're going to do it, because tomorrow is Thursday. But there's been no word on it, so I presume they're still going to stick with what they said earlier on. They said there was going to be no St. Patrick's Day, but they can get an article. But St. Patrick's Day, oh, Cavan, yeah, cavan. Tooting. Oh yeah, Cavan's going as Grand Marshal in Philadelphia, and a big parade in Philadelphia. Oh. So that was good. Yeah, like it probably. I think that's why they used the word with Killishandra and stuff like that. But that's what the main parade is going to be. There's going to be one about Talbot Bad, yeah, like the big town's kick score probably too. But that'd be where the majority of people from the town are going out to Killishandra. Yeah, like that's exactly it. I would only do. But no, it's not that. There's people in the St. Patrick. They were there for years, like the people over it, and they probably just were tired and nobody really what to do. Like it is a lot of work organising this and having the accounts too. Like I know myself from the tiny towns, like money and stuff, finances and stuff. It all needs to go down on paper and stuff. What has been spent and this and that, like it's a lot of hassle for no reason really, and the revenue's just kind of bitches to be totally honest. Yeah, I'm glad he won the Oscar. He done well in Oppenheimer. I didn't see the movie, but I've seen clips of it. He done well. And I done well the movie too. He's a good. It's good that he got an Irish person. Good to see a young Irish lad get it. But I'll show you this now. We probably will go in a few minutes because I do have a few things I need to do. Peg Gilliam. It's impossible. Yeah, like they're not going to change it now. Yeah, no, I won't be going to any parades. No, I won't be going to any places or into that. I wouldn't. I would not even go to the ones in Cavan. So I have to decline your invitation. And like I wouldn't be going to any parades. So yeah, this is from 3 weeks ago now. So this is February 22. So it's unlikely that obviously now the vote. It's tomorrow's Thursday. There has been no word about it. So they're not going to change their mind now. So yeah. So the more it's not really the fun. Like as I said to you before, I talked about this before. It's not the fun. There's loads of money. Like there is literally loads of money there. Like there's no volunteers for it. So like. That's 17th of March. Like we already tomorrow's the 14th. Like you couldn't do it before Sunday. Organize everything, get people and stuff like that. Like the majority of people who were going to do things in the town, like the fire brigade and stuff like that, are going to have to Killishandra for the parade there. But see, the thing about smaller parades and stuff is less organization. But obviously, the main parade in the town is a lot more organization. The committee is used to 4 members. Some of them in the 70s. Like that's what I'm saying. It's all elderly people. And they're probably tired because they've been there for years doing it. Like in fairness, they've been doing it for years. The local people doing falling deaf ears. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like nobody really wants to do it. And this is the thing too. At the end of the day, it probably should be up to the councillors, the people who are elected, the people who are getting paid thousands a year, to probably have a role in this too. They probably should have intervened. Like I know the council has no role as the municipal authorities and stuff, but the council should have kind of took up the mantle and said, we do our best to help out too, in doing different things, like elected officials. Like I don't think people should be giving up. Like one person was involved with the parade years ago, and he said he often had to give hundreds of hours just to organize and to do the books and everything. Like it's too much for a man, especially if you have a family. As I said before, if you have a family of children and stuff like that, you have no time to be doing all this. Like as I say, people in their 70s, they just want to retire and have a peaceful life. They shouldn't have to go through hell and high water to organize stuff. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, like it's not going to be changed now. Like it's not going to be done now. But obviously, there's ones in Killashandra and stuff like that. And like there's ones in other parts of Cavan. What I'd say probably next will be something done because obviously when there's no parade, people will probably want it back. So they won't know. It's the same with everything. We don't know until we lose the thing. It's the same with everything. Like it's the same during COVID and stuff like that. We never knew of our freedoms and the right to freedom, the right to move around the country and stuff until we were all locked up in our house, and then we finally appreciated. I have the freedom. I don't have my freedoms anymore to express myself, the freedom to protest and stuff. Well, obviously, less government sanctioned it to, to welcome you to protest and stuff. Not even that, just to travel around your own county and stuff like that. Well, probably not St. Patrick's Day, but probably the day after. We'll be back. I'll be back onto work. We'll see how we go on with St. Patrick's Day. But I don't think it'll be out until the day. I say we might be live here. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, like I wouldn't even watch the one in Dublin, but the local ones is always the local farmers, the local fire brigade, the local coal man turns up. It's less work than the big city ones. Obviously the one in Killashandra is not going to be total work. It's going to be probably a family affair and stuff like that. The children's GEA clubs and stuff like that. The local coal man, the local fire brigade. The usual kind of thing in the rural Ireland you have. Not something like that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, elected officials don't care. Well, it's not that they don't care. I don't think they can do anything. I don't think they really can do it because they are elected officials. I don't think they can do anything with an organisation because technically it's an organisation of itself. It's not to do with the government. The government give grants to fund the St. Patrick's Day, the council through the local authorities and stuff like that. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't think I think the elected officials would have done something, but they can't really do anything because they are elected officials. They're not supposed to be there to do, that kind of thing. Because again, at the end of the day, as I said before, about voluntary work and stuff like that, especially when you're a man in his 50s, 70s, or 80s and stuff like that, you want to live, you want to have a relax. You don't need that pressure. It's not even for young people who have children and have a family and stuff. Have to work in a 40-hour weekday, for example. How are you supposed to do that? Find a few hundred hours maybe to spend a month or two. How are you supposed to do that? And you have housework at home. You're tired after a week of work, and then do on this, that, and the voluntary. You couldn't do it. Like I know myself, I've done hundreds of hours of voluntary work. After my hours of work and stuff, like you'd be dead tired after it. Like I generally know myself. Like so, and it'd be different if I had children and stuff like that. But I kind of give up a lot of my time. I sacrifice a lot of my time to do it. But a lot of people won't do it because why would you do it? And in the majority of the time, you don't really get much thanks for it. Like these people who did it and stuff like that in the town, they never really nobody really gave them any thanks. There was no appreciation really given for it. My yellow belt, Jesus, you're really going out in the yellow belts. Yeah, well, you get that. Really. You see, how we going out. But definitely, if you are in Cavan, the one to go to, I say, would be the Killashandra one. If you are in Cavan, it might be a bit of a drive for some people, but if you're around, there'll be one available too in Kingscourt. All the big towns, Kittil will probably have one, but obviously there wouldn't be big ones. There'll be only a few floats, maybe the local fire brigade. That'd be it. There'd be nothing really else. Really. The one in Killashandra would be a lot louder because a lot of them from the town would go out to Killashandra. It seems to be. See, that's what I've been told. So I'm only going by what I've been told. But I say it is true because Bray has no one. Okay. Didn't think Bray had one. But see, it probably goes down to this too, the same as cavan. Nobody really wants to do it. Organize it. Because there's a lot of organisation, like organising who's going, who's doing this, and whereabouts in the parade is this person going to be, that, we have to organise with Gardish and O'Connor. Take, for example, they do have to organise what streets they need to close off. All that needs to be organised, the wearing of fans and stuff like that. Like, it's a lot of work for, a lot of work. It is a lot of work. And then organising different things. It's a lot of stuff. And then organising ushers and stuff. What doing the car? What? I don't have a car, so I don't know what you're referencing there. Yeah, like there'll be sweets too drawn out. Like they'll have to organise getting sweets and stuff, and that all needs to be put down on paper too. Like you need to write down word for word what you're spending the money on. And it's a lot of hassle. There's a lot of hassle. I never been a fan of the St. Patrick's Day group, but you get what I'm saying. I presume it's the same way as the Taddy Towns group, because there's a lot of regulations and stuff. Obviously, needs to be regulations, but to the extent that they are, probably it's probably too much bullshit for people to put up with. But here, lads and lasses, I think we probably will leave it there for tonight. We've been here for nearly 2 hours. 2 hours. That's great. Oh, like for Killashandra, you're talking about, yeah. I don't know. It depends what part of the county you are in. Like from here to Killashandra, it'd be 14 kilometres. So depending on traffic and all that, if you went the side roads and stuff like that, it'd be probably 15. You get there in 10 to 15 minutes from here. If you're going from Kingscourt or something like that, Jesus. You'd be 2 hours, so give or take, because you probably have to go through the town, and you'd be a while anyway, because Kingscourt's on the other side of the county, yeah. But if you're going from Beltobel, it'll probably be a bit less than that. Beltobel, you'd probably be there in 25 minutes or so. Yeah, I wouldn't go from Ashbourne now. Like, you stay in Ashbourne at the St. Patrick's Day. I wouldn't go to Killashandra just for the Killashandra one. No, stay in Ashbourne, because it'd be better to stay in your local town and stuff like that. Minimum 4 hours from where? Or what? 4 hours from where? Or what? Yeah, I seen that. Like, it's not even that. It does it all the time. 24 hours outside Temple Bar there, that channel. And not even on St. Patrick's Day, like, it's all the time. I often look at it sometimes just to see. It's funny. There was one weird time during Christmas and stuff. There was random people just singing Fairy Tale New York outside. There were 2 random people, a woman and a man, just singing Fairy Tale New York at fucking God only knows what time in the morning. Yeah, whipped off. You see them getting whipped off and coming out and saying "fuck it," But no, it's interesting to see. Sometimes it could be funny because people do see they like be looking at the phone, seeing themselves. It's the same in Lapland. If you go up to Santa Claus village, Santa Claus is originally from Lapland. If you look up Lapland now, Rovaniemi, that's where it is, in Rovaniemi, up in Finland. There's a 24-hour camera off the Arctic Circle where they go. Minimum 4 hours. I thought you were talking about driving, like from whereabouts to camera. I was going to be like, what are you talking about? I was going to say 4 hours from here to Killashandra. I was going, where the fuck are you driving from? Like, no, I thought you were talking about me driving to Killashandra, right? That's I thought you were referencing. Because that one was asked me, and I thought you were referencing that. I get what you're saying now. Yeah. 4 hours, Jesus, God knows. So, geez, what can you do in 4 hours? You went to Lapland, did you? You probably told me this before. You went to Lapland. Oh, you think you did? Yeah, you told me about this before. Yeah. Very deal, but isn't it? Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it'd be very deal up in Finland and the Scandinavian countries are deal because what they call the welfare state in this, but what would you call it? It's quite, Jesus, that's good. Well, I suppose you never forget it too. It's in a good place, but it is Dio now. It is. So no, Rovaniemi, that's way up in Lapland. That's the top. Like our hometown would be Tampere, like the second biggest city in Finland. That's more like 4 hours outside Helsinki, like down there in Tampere. I don't know what promising, but up in Lapland, that's way up. Well, I know here. Sure. I show you. What am I fucking sitting here? I can show you. Give me a second. Get a map of Finland on the go. Going to be like Putin staring at the map of Finland. Can I show this on stream? No, but yeah, it would be that. Yeah, it would be around that. I suppose it is Dio. You wouldn't want to be going there every day of the week, would you? Hello. We're going to Finland, lads. We're going to Finland. We're going on a trip, on a merry walking trip. Am I jocks myself anyway? No, I'm not. Sekvielen Bolka. Hello, Mark. How are we doing? How's our Wednesday going? Hope we're doing well. Well, I didn't see what Fiona said. That's all. There's things in the way, though. Just give me a second. That's good. Yeah, you do it again. Yeah, I don't know which park would agree. So where Sandra's from is here, Tampere. It's Helsinki's here, Tampere's there. So it's basically about 4 hours, so on a train and stuff like that. So it's kind of in the middle of, well, I suppose that'd be the middle of Finland. So where Fiona was Rovaniemi, which is basically the Arctic Circle. So this is here. So this is basically the North Pole, basically. I think this is Lapland. Oh, this is Lapland. Like literally fucking the Arctic. Like this is literally the Arctic up here. Like it's the top of the world. So anything past really this point here, it's just basically the Arctic. Like it's basically just snow and nothing, just trees and stuff. Like all the population of Finland's usually down here, Helsinki, Turku, or Tampere. This is Tampere. She was born in Helsinki, but she moved to Tampere at an early age and stuff like that. But she's left Tampere and she lives full time in Helsinki now. If that makes any sense. How's your friend who you make videos? What? Who's my friend? Which friend? I have a lot of friends who makes videos. Yeah, you in Rovaniemi, yeah, because it's near Rovaniemi, the Santa Claus village. Wasn't it that was the place you went to? Because I often seen videos and stuff on it. Estonia, both cheap, yeah. Yes, yeah. I agree. 11, yeah. But you must have went. Did you go during? Don't say you went during the winter because you literally would have died of the cold. Because at one point, fucking in Helsinki there during Christmas there, it was fucking negative 30 degrees or something like that. Like literally everything was frozen. Like not with me. Now obviously I've seen it. I've seen people, and then you heard about it. Or it's like it's actually snowing in Finland. You know, climate change and stuff like that. It snows in Finland. Wow, gosh damn it. There's actually frost and snow in Finland. Oh my god, you were mad. What was the temperature, may I ask? Because I say you probably literally froze to death. Because generally, you're literally not cold. You must have went on off day because it is Lapland. It is literally the North Pole. Like literally, there's a line you cross and stuff like that. You go into the North Pole and stuff like that. -2. You were lucky because you could go when it's actually really, really cold. It's very bad. Yeah, like only 25. Only negative -25. No, but literally in Helsinki around there wouldn't be that cold. It's more when you go up to the North Pole, basically to Lapland and stuff like that. That's when it's cold. Like you look up any videos online, just going up to the North Pole and stuff, to Lapland, to Rovaniemi, take for example. I wouldn't last. Let's put that in the cold months. Like you wouldn't last. Like only 25 degrees. That's nothing. Yeah. Hello, Ma. Yeah. How's Cavan? Oh, we're not too bad. We got our doctor back up in Swan and Bow. So, well, we're not our doctor back yet, but he most likely will. The HSC probably will do it because there's that much up. Yeah, Finland's pretty much the same as Norway too. There's only about 4 hours during the winter of brightness. It is the same as Norway. All the Scandinavian, like Sweden's probably the same. Also, yeah, but all of them would be the same. Like it's the same in Finland because Fiona will probably tell you about it when she was in Finland. That it's only about 4 hours. In Lapland, I think it's even less. It's only about 3 hours or so a day. In Helsinki, be 4 hours during the winter now. But the winter time is not the best time to go to any other countries. That's what I mean. Because you think it's cold here in the winter time, go up there. Like what is the weather in Helsinki at the moment? Take example, or Rovaniemi too. Peggele. Like Oslo would be pretty mild. Like Helsinki is the most northern city in the world, like the most northern capital city in the world. So it'd be more northern than fucking like it would have been St. Petersburg, but obviously it's not St. Petersburg anymore because it's Moscow. That's the capital. Oh, it's only -4. Oh God, love us. It's only -4. Would you believe? -4, Jesus, and it's giving snow for us. We're all going to Finland tomorrow, lads. It's going to snow. It's only -4 in Helsinki. Oh no, we're in Rovaniemi. Sorry, not fucking. I'm doping. Let's see what's Helsinki weather. We're literally just fucking the Finland channel at this stage. It's only -1 degrees. Well, Iceland wouldn't be that bad. Actually, funny enough, it's not that bad. It's more cold actually in Finland than some parts of Finland than it is in fucking Timbuktu in Iceland. Yeah, you would definitely Rovaniemi. Yeah, like that's a small airport in Rovaniemi. It's only small. It's like Shannon Airport. Well, Shannon Airport would probably bigger. But because I've seen videos online about people going up there, so that's how I know. I know. A credit union loan. Do you remember everybody was going to France for some big football matches and stuff a while ago, back about 3 or 4 years ago? And they're always like, "We'll take out a credit union loan and go off to France." When Ireland was in the Eurovision, like not the Eurovision, the Euros or something like that. I can't remember exactly. They're all taking out credit union loans because they're all going off to France. Like France is a deal holder for country too. When Euro 2016, I remember, and they were picking up rubbish too on the street and stuff like that after the things and stuff. Pudding in Cork. Dude. Okay, Gilly. Yeah, I'm still alive. I'm still here. They're forcing me here. Like, they keep fucking asking me questions. I'm only joking. I don't mind being here, Tom. But I will probably have to go in a few moments. I can't really stay that much longer. But we stay here. I stay here for another minute, a while, then another 20 minutes or so. Not anymore. Yeah, pretty much the same to me. I think a lot of people just cared for a while, and then they just were like, "Fuck it." Is there anything else I need to talk about now? Just before I leave. So yeah, I will make a video just to say I know what I said about Brendan Fay. I will make a video talking about who I'm going to vote for in the local authority election and the European election when the time comes. Near enough the time, about a week or two beforehand. I will say who I'm going to vote for and stuff like that. And I give my reasoning and stuff behind it. And I will with the West of the county too. Any much on the way? No, I don't think anybody care. I don't think anybody care. Let's see. Maybe at some point, but not any particular time now. Oh, Ryan's doing a live stream. Well, good for him. I probably won't have time now later on, because I do have a good bit to do now after this. I get myself a cup of tea and stuff afterwards. And then I'll probably be off to bed because I've woken in the morning. 8 o'clock. I have to be up. I have to be up before 8 to get to work and stuff. To be 6:30 would be an early start, as it usually is, anyway, to get ready and all that. Oh, very good. Very good. I won't be able to tune tonight, but at some point I might tune in, but I won't be able tonight now. As I say, I'll be nearly finished here at 9:30 now. So it'd be a while yet, what are you talking about? Which? Oh, right, you're talking about, the thing. Oh, yes. Well, obviously not normal Foley. Like, come on now. Come on, man. As Joe Biden would usually say, come on, man. Give me a break, man. Yeah. There you go. I see the Ministry of Truth is taking away our likes. They'll take away everything. Don't think there's anything else in it I need to say about it. I'm just writing down things in case I forget. Anything else in the Twitter? Like, there's loads of other stuff I could have, but it'll be here all night if I started. I just keep going on. Like, I just don't shut up, basically. That's the problem with me. Which is a good thing. That's what you need in YouTube and stuff. People that just don't shut up. I don't know, did I cover everything now? There's a lot more stuff in the country I could have covered. I just far too much. Like, I talked about a lot of stuff, particularly. I'm just trying to take his standing as him. There probably is, but like, there's loads of stuff I hear of every day, and I just, like, what I wrote down today, I wrote down what I was going to talk about. Like, I probably should do that anyway. And just go through, just briefly look through stuff to see if I forget anything. I won't be able to see the chat for 2 seconds, but I'll be with you momentarily. Oh, I talked about that the other day. Yeah, I don't need to talk about that. Yeah, see you later on. Thank you for being here. I don't know if there's anything else. What am I doing? I'm just trying to think here because I'm looking through just to see did I actually forget anything. No, I don't think I did. I'll just make sure I didn't, because I'd be quiet later on saying I didn't remember what I was doing. Because sometimes I do get distracted in what I'm saying and doing. Don't think so, but anyway, I just chill for a second. I don't think there's anything really else that I need to discuss. Not that I'm aware of, at the moment. No comment on what? On what? Jeez, you always say no comment. You don't give me what you want me to comment on. But no, there's nothing really else. I've commented really on everything that I wanted to say tonight. Even though there's a few more things I could say, but probably shouldn't go there because the Ministry of Truth might be in, and they might not be too pleased. A good friend, Jeffrey, won't be happy with me. Jeffrey might deal with me. Yes, that's the comment. That's the comment indeed. That's the comment indeed. Just check, because usually I save things on my phone. Just to see. And just check and see. Usually I'm saving articles and stuff I need to. Come knocking on the doors, yeah. He probably wouldn't know if I did say something too wrong, you know. They'll come looking for me. And we wouldn't want that now. What am I doing here? I'm trying to look up, because I do save articles and stuff to my phone. Like, I often look at my phone during the day, and I'll be seeing the odd thing on Twitter and stuff, and I save them. I bookmark them for later on just to see. Any comment on Charlie? Well, yeah, it's a terrible thing. Motor new on the seas. It's a very like, there's no cure to it. It's a terrible way to die. I know. I've known 2 or 3 people who died. It's an awful way to go. Very, very painful. You lose all your functions. You used to be able to talk and able to move and stuff. It's a very painful death. But my sympathies to the family and to his friends, of course, and to anybody who was affected by it. But yeah, as far as I can gather, he was one of the good journalists that worked for RT. He pursued the banks and stuff. I remember him calling back in the telly when I was younger, going to the post in America and knocking on his door and stuff like that, and asking him about why he's living in the big mansion in the United States after bankrupting the country and making so many people become homeless and stuff. So he did do good journalism. One of the better journalists. If they had a few of him in RT at the moment, we'd be in a lot better state. And that's really all I really have to say. That's all really I know about, because he would have been before my time, when I was younger. But that's, and especially Motor New on the season, it's a terrible thing. It is generally the worst fate anybody could have. It's a very, very painful death. Because you just lose the whole functions of your body and stuff. It's terrible. It's awful. It's really, really an awful way to go. Yeah, it gets progressively worse. Like the woman I knew that died from it a while ago. She first started off that she couldn't walk, basically. She could move her arms a bit, and then her shred in her arms left her, and she couldn't move her arms. So she basically had to go to the toilet, go be washed and stuff like that. And it went on for months and months and months. It went on for nearly 2 years. And then the poor woman couldn't, she nearly couldn't do anything. Like, she couldn't do anything. She could, and then, she couldn't even speak and stuff like that. And then a few weeks later, she was gone. But it's dragged out for years. Like, she lost able to walk and stuff first. And that's what it was, nearly 6 or 7 months of that, just sitting in a chair. Had to be helped to do everything. Then she couldn't move her arms. Beforehand, she could grab stuff, but people had to bring the feeder and everything because she couldn't move her arms around. There was no shred to move. And then, it took 3 or 4 months, and then she lost her voice, and a few weeks later, she was gone. But it was progressively over nearly 2 years. But, it's a long, painful death because the doctor said you just had to keep her company and keep her, be there with her, because there's no cure for it. Like, it's just a death sentence, basically. Like, you're just waiting to die, basically. And the fact of it is that when you're dying, and you feel like it, you can feel using energy and using your power. It's one of the most terrible fates anybody could ever experience. It's not quick and painless. It's a very long, drawn out death in majority of cases. And especially because there's not much known about Motor New on the seas. There's nothing really known about it. But hopefully someday we'll find a cure for it. Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't have known too much about that now, but I remember him going up to the house and stuff. But still, nonetheless, it's a terrible way to go. I don't think he deserves that. I don't think anybody deserves that fate. I don't know that. You have to probably email her about that. Or I don't even know. We wouldn't be able to email her, but I don't know. Telepathically talk to her. Let me see. There's nothing really anyway. I'm just looking through stuff. Yeah. Like I see a lot on social media, but if I was going to talk about a few instances, like I was seeing about what happened in Waterford. What was Waterford? Can't remember the top of my head now. In the accommodation centre down, we've seen that. Yeah, it isn't. Yeah, but the majority of people, majority of the media will probably for that. Yeah, what about What about one? I thought you were doing a live stream. Yeah, there's nothing really else that that needs to be addressed. But I don't know what. Do you remember? I'm sure people seen the videos online about what happened in Waterford. Just to comment on that for a second. It wouldn't let you. Yeah, see, what you need to do when you have a YouTube channel, I think you need a few subscribers, so you need to have your account active. When did you make? Oh, your account would be there. Yeah, sure, that's true. Your account would be around. But no, when I first, usually for these videos and stuff, I think you have to have a threshold or something like 100 or so subscribers, isn't it? Does anybody else know here? I'm not too sure, but back in the day, I remember there was some issue with me because you need to have a certain amount of subscribers. Can you? Yeah, it's your channel. Well, I can click on it. I can get my phone and click on it. Yeah. Is it your channel that you're talking about, or which channel? On the hotel, yeah, Waterford, yeah, in the hotel. Is it your channel or which channel I subscribing? I don't mind to. I can look at the comments in it. Which one is it? Just is the I can go back up and see. Yeah, like they completely wrecked the hotel. Seems to be. So I don't know what happened. I think they got a few people, but the rest of the is it your? I think did you say it was yours? Oh, you wouldn't let. So it must be your channel then. Yeah, it's Mike. Okay, yeah, I can click on it here on the stream. Yeah, for one subscriber. How can I do subscribe? Should be. You should have two now. Oh my god. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, just finding out because I was looking for Ryan's there, but it's okay. Yeah, it wouldn't let you be only for a while anyway. I don't think you'd be able to go live because I think yeah, you wouldn't be able to because my when I first went live when I was really that's must be 2015 or so. Like I needed a few subscribers and stuff. You can do it on PlayStation. You can go live for games and stuff like on PlayStation. Because I remember my first few live streams when I first made my account. So, but for doing these kind of when you have a phone or you have a tablet and stuff, you need to have so many subscribers. That's the way I think it works. I'm not too sure now, but I think that's the way it works. And you have to have your account active for a few months or something like that before you subscribe. Because see, people can just the reason why they have YouTube has that because people can just go live on YouTube and do awful things. I think that's the way it works. I'm not too sure, but you can look it up. I presume because I remember having the same issue, and I was like, "What's the problem?" But you can live stream on PlayStation and stuff like that. Well, yeah, I don't know, but I used to do gaming stuff and stuff back then, but that's what I remember. and I tried to go live on my tablet and stuff, wouldn't let me. I remember specifically that. And it was like, oh, you need so much of this, you need this, oh, you need that. I could actually find that out now, actually. Look up YouTube. I think you need a few hundred anyway. I think. I'm not too sure now. Can you live stream? Well, I said that's what I think. Let's change, because again, that's a long time ago. On YouTube. Oh yeah, so to live stream on a phone, on a desktop on a phone, you need 1,000 subscribers. That's this. That's what it says for me here. But you can bypass it. It says you can bypass it with StreamYard, whatever that is, some kind of app or something. Stream. So as long as you have the amount of subscribers to live stream on desktop and mobile, what are you doing on your phone or are you doing on desktop? Because it's a PlayStation. If you have PlayStation or Xbox, you can bypass it because it doesn't say it says desktop or mobile. I presume that you're using the phone. I actually can see. I think there's a video on your channel. Where was it? Oh, you're using the phone on the tablet. Okay, on the tablet. Yeah, so it's probably the same as a tablet because I had the same problem. So you unfortunately need 1,000. It says that's what it says to me here. So as long as you have the amount of subscribers, which is 1,000 or so. If you watch streaming in the moment, you can live stream. You have 1,000 subs, yeah, on the mobile, yeah, and the app, YouTube app, yeah. But there's a way of doing it. They say StreamYards. I don't know what. Does anybody know here what Streamlabs is? It's StreamYards. It's not Streamlabs. StreamYards. It says you can bypass by StreamYards, whatever that is. I presume it's something that connects to YouTube. Your birthday soon. Jesus, you better tell me, and I do put up a thing for you, Mark. Yeah, that's what. So yeah, she probably didn't have it. She's a 500 or so. Yeah, StreamYards. Yeah, like she would have it. I don't know how it works. I never used it. Yeah, but say here, like on the thing I'm looking at here now for StreamYards, you can bypass the subscriber requirement. Like I knew there was a subscriber requirement, but I don't know. Maybe it's something to look into, Rona. But I've been never the post. I couldn't ask. Maybe if I don't think she's ever here, lady. I often be in her streams just looking around for a few minutes and an hour to go. But she'd probably be the person to tell you because if she used, I never used it in my life. Like I've waited till I got the 1,000 subscribers and stuff because I think that's what it is. Because as I say, somebody could do an awful thing like just some random joke come on YouTube and straight away go live and basically do an awful thing. It's the same on Twitch. I think Twitch did some kind of thing too. No, it isn't. I don't think on Twitch, no, because it's a live stream platform, yeah. So you can do it on Twitch too. Like Twitch, there's no restrictions, but in YouTube there's restrictions. But it's because it says here for the thing I've looked up here, and YouTube help and YouTube support. I think, as long as you have the amount of subscribers to live stream on a desktop or mobile, but I'm assuming it's the same way for tablet. Because I had the same problem back a few years ago, like when I first started YouTube in 2015. You need 1,000. You're required to have 1,000 subscribers. Yes. Yeah. You can do if you want to, but I say that by the way, but it's a long way off now. Because definitely it's 1,000. Because definitely that's what it says. I thought it was 500 or so, but it's not. It's 1,000. Because I remember I did have the same problem as you. I remember having it with the first days on YouTube. Yellow subscribe button. No. Tony, yeah, I don't know Tony. Tony must have fell off the edge of the earth. I don't know what it is. But no, do let me know. I can't remember we probably have it down somewhere. We had a list of people's birthdays and stuff like that. I have to look that up. It's on my computer. I'll look it up later on the other computer. Need 50 for me. Oh, does it? Well, what a 50 then if obvious, yeah. Like, see, I show you the thing that I'm looking at. I'll show you now. Because I'm not just pulling it out of my house. Obviously. I know sometimes this can be misleading, but you can see here. Can I live stream with 1,000? StreamYards bypasses YouTube subscribe requirement so you can stream with them as well as desktop and mobile, if you don't stream from YouTube mobile app directly, you're required to have the 1,000 subscribers. So I presume, but maybe it's different. Maybe it's been different since then. When was this updated? 5th of August 20. So yeah, this is a while ago. Maybe YouTube changed it. As you can see here, this is when it was published. The 15th of August 2020. So it could have changed by then. Yeah, but that's what I'm just going by. But unless YouTube changed it since August 15th, But that's what I'm going by. And that's what it was for me. So it might be 500, but it says there 1,000. So that's what I'm going by. Because it seems to be pretty well, because I do remember those are subscriber requirements, definitely. Like on YouTube, like on PlayStation and Xbox, it isn't. You can do. Oh my god, the whole screen is going mad. I was like, no, like the whole thing flickered out. I was like, I didn't know what was happening. But you get what I'm saying. So it's either 500 or 1,000. Definitely, it couldn't be 50, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Again, it probably would say on you if you have YouTube Creator, like the app. You have it on your phone. I have my phone on my tablet here. I can look it up and stuff. It usually would say, basically, and YouTube Creator app. What's it called? It's YouTube Creator app. Not YouTube itself. Like, they look into more details and stuff like that. But I watched that video later on anyway, too, and I get chats. Like the YouTube, it's called YouTube Studio. Sorry, YouTube Studio. If you get that on your app, on your tablet, you can manage your videos and stuff like that on it. It's like a manager kind of for YouTube. It's connected to YouTube account and stuff. That makes any sense. I don't know if I'm making sense here. Yeah, but no, it tells you more than that. Like, I'm on my YouTube Studio now. Like, it shows all your view counts and all that, how much you're getting an hour. So watch time, take example with me. I've gained 5 subscribers over the last month, but I've been heavily suppressed. He's betraying us. He's not coming back here. I know he probably maybe just got sick of us. What the fuck? Recent videos here. But you get what I'm saying, then audience and stuff like that. It does more than actually tell you about viewers and stuff like that. Like, it shows you everything. Basically. So I do recommend getting that, because usually will tell you, because like it usually says like different things. Oh, you need this to go, like for monetization. Take for example, if you wanted to monetize it, you can see you need so much watch time and stuff like that. Like take for example, you see here it says you need, I don't know if you can see that, but it says you need so much watch time and stuff like that. Age and all that, yeah, and so on. Yeah, but it tells you you can reply to comments and stuff. Like, it's a whole YouTube kind of manager. I use it a lot. I use it all the time. And then you can edit videos on that and stuff like that. If that makes sense. Like, it's something to look into, on it. But I'm just going by my experience and stuff like that. But I presume it is 500 or 1,000. It's something along them. I don't think it's 1,500, because what I've seen here already. Because I do remember back in the day I had a problem with it myself. Like, even people would have told, Sean WC would have told you, and like people I used to know back in the early days of YouTube and stuff would have told you the same thing. That's why a lot of smaller channels just make videos and stuff. They don't really live stream. It's usually the bigger channels. Now, I'm not the biggest channel out there, but but that's usually why you see the smaller creators with maybe 10 to 15 subscribers just make videos and stuff. Like, I'm just going by my experience. I might be talking absolute bullshit, but it's just going by what I expect. And that's what I said there. So I don't know. But if you do want the live stream quick, I suppose, the best thing probably would be Twitch, I suppose. Because Twitch is a live streaming platform. YouTube technically is not really a live streaming platform. It's just kind of a video for content. Like, what YouTube is nowadays is basically like TikTok. It's like short form content, shorts, YouTube shorts and stuff. That's what YouTube's turned into. Like, you heavily not incentivized, like in terms of financial terms and stuff. Like, I don't get paid or get ads or anything. I don't believe in that kind of shit. But you get what I'm saying. Yes, we had to take you out now. I don't know. You said something and you're not supposed to. You should have said our Lord and Saviour's birthday is on November the 16th, of course. A good friend from Finland, of course. Not the other ones, obviously. Of course. But I'm just saying it's the fact, like, yeah, no, not fact, but I'm just giving you advice, basically. If you don't mind me giving you advice. Because YouTube is just about shorts and videos and stuff nowadays. It's never really about live streams. Not many YouTubers live stream, on YouTube. Well, a few have moved over to about Twitch, but yeah, you get the hang of it. It takes a while to get used to YouTube now. Especially when you're doing political content, you're going to get a lot of hate. Like you generally are. And particularly I don't mean to be but particularly the party that why in the atmosphere that we're at the moment, with the Fianna being in Fianna Fáil and stuff, the people will comment a lot on these videos and stuff. Will be very upset for different things, because that's just what the internet is. Not many people do it, but there's not few that would be that bad, I suppose. But yeah, tell Tony someday, Sean, how to get into this stream. We have to have a political discussion about him. Let me see. You uploaded the video, you said, but like the best thing to do is, do you know what I can do for you? Actually, you uploaded another video actually there. But the best thing I can do for you, where am I now? Do you know what I can do? I show it to the community, like what do you got? I put it in the stream and I put it in the community tab. How does that sound? Like that's really all I can do, but I don't think many people go into it. But people might watch. I put it up in the community tab with this. Watch. So I put it up in the community tab. So there's a community tab. Obviously, you can't use the community tab for for the community tab too. You'll probably often see it pop up my thing. I talk about different things to doing polls and stuff. So community tab, definitely you need 1,000 subscribers. Like for the community, what I just put up there. You probably see if you go to my channel and you look up the community tab, it's up there now. I put it on the stream now. But for the community tab, you need definitely 1,000 subscribers. So that's 100%. Because I remember I was wanting to get it. Like I'm so delighted to have it. I'd be upset now if I ever went under 1,000 subscribers and I didn't have it, because it's just basically my Twitter. Basically, I just go on and talk about everything. I literally use that Twitter. So give me a second. I'll go back to the live stream. Oh, where am I now? Oh, jeez, I've lost myself. Here's the live stream. My live stream. I think that's the White Lake. I'm thinking this. I'm hoping White. So yeah, do definitely give him a watch and give him a like, help him out, because he is just starting out. And I remember when I started out too on YouTube and stuff. It was tough going. It was tough going to get started and stuff. But definitely go and give it a watch. It's only a minute long, the video, so definitely we'll be gone in a few minutes time. And we're not gone, but we'll be off live stream, off the live stream basically. But that's the best I can do anyways. Streamer. Yeah, thanks, because I know I do remember when I was starting out originally. Another bit of advice I can give you too, like the YouTube algorithm works in weird ways and stuff like that. They don't like long form content and stuff like videos, so it's better to be short and sweet. That's what I try and do with my videos. Obviously, I go on and on and on for an hour, so it's better to be short and sweet and less than at most 3 minutes, I would say, to do a video and stuff like that, because it does perform better on the YouTube algorithm. It gets presented to a lot more people and they recommend it and stuff. Because that's what YouTube is nowadays. Like you look up the YouTube shorts and stuff, like they get millions of views and stuff like that, because it's all about just 2 or 3 minutes. Which and what and where what? Are you talking about Ben Gilroy, his new party? Is that what you're talking about? Like Liberty Island. Is that what you're on it? I don't mind. Yes, of course. Oh, the whole chat folks for that. But see, this is another bit of advice. I don't know. You're probably sick of me giving you advice, Rona. If you're still here, I presume you're still here. Like the best thing to do too is to always put titles on the videos and stuff. Like the Torty, the Maltrat, generally they wouldn't get many views because it could be just talking about your life and stuff. And people, rather a title, like it's always important. Like YouTube even would always tell you. Like even when I was young, I used to do that myself. Just put this date and that date, and like it just randomly. That's what YouTube generates on the date that you uploaded on. Usually people will click on like titles and stuff. Not really clickbait. Obviously, be truthful. Obviously, don't just clickbait and say, "Oh, we're on an interview and the president of the United States of America." I'm just going by my experience. I know you're probably saying I'm sick of listening. Well, which grassroots were you talking about there? I'm actually genuinely interested to see what you're. Because I can't even go up the fucking chat. Peggy. We're nearly 3 hours live. Would you believe it? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Thank you. I know there's a few people that don't. Thank you. It's my chat bug though. Is it gone? Like it's Jova. I think my chat might be actually Jova. It's Jeffrey. Jeffrey's come for us. Oh, there. Oh yeah, you said about that earlier on. Yes, so that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm being delusional. And is anyone else one? Like you said, he started his own party. Did you say? Oh, like I've seen his channel on YouTube. Yeah, I look it up myself now. So I've often seen my recommendations and stuff like that. I have to look it up now. He's going for the local touty, is that too? Oh yes, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, he's going as independent. Okay, good. I would have been the same as him. I would have went as an independent. I would have been going as an independent too. Dublin Bay North. After going for my mobile review, thank you. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you later. We'll probably be gone in a few minutes' time, and so we'll be disappearing. We'll be doing a goodbye trick. That's what we'll be doing. Give me a moment, so. Night, Fiona. Thank you. Appreciate it. And appreciate you for going over to Ryan's channel and subscribing. Because I remember when I was first starting on YouTube. Even though I didn't start with, politics, I started out with gaming. It was only 2019 or so, 2018 maybe. I started with the politics, I think. Yeah, something along that, 2018, 2019. Before that, I used to do live streams of videos and games and stuff, Watch Dogs, Battlefield, stuff like that. That's what I used to do kind of. Now this is back, God knows, 4 years ago now. But anyway, here, lads and lasses, I think we'll leave it there for tonight. I know I've been. I meant to go at 9:30, would you believe? I'm a few minutes after 9:30 now. So to thank you, Sean, appreciate it. Because you know yourself, we all have to start from somewhere. Even though, yeah. But anyway, we'll leave it there for tonight. Because I don't think we can say much more now tonight. Because if we say much more, we might as well become fucking a talk show. And we don't want to become one of them. So, yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. As always. I hope we enjoyed 4 hours. We're not enough 4 hours. We need enough 3 hours. So that's good enough, Sean. Like, what more do you want me to say? You want me to go down and go on a plane and go over to Finland and go on a roam of Finland to try and find salmon? Do you really want that? Is that what we're going to do for the next few hours? Just hop on the plane and Dublin Airport, go up to Dublin Airport, get on a plane, go off to Finland, roam around the streets for all that time and try and find. It'd be delusional trying to do that. Actually, yeah. Sorry for a second. Actually, there's actually something else. They're just actually taking that. I don't know. I think I never shown this on stream. I know that sounds pretty ominous. Peggle. Peggle. Fucking. What the fuck? Excuse my French. Yeah, no, just give me a second, though. So we're not on the stream yet. I think I never talked about this. I probably should have, but it was in September or so. I never talked about it. So yeah, I don't know. Did I talk about this? Probably did at the time. Yeah. So this is from the Daily Mail. So this is back in September now. So yeah, very nice people, may I say. After trying to kill a woman that was actually doing something good for Finland and stuff like that. Like they're dangerous people. Like literally, who cares? Like no about this thing in the corner. Can you get away, please? Thank you. Like this was using 3D code has been code and stuff like that. Like these were like and these literally had swastikas and stuff in their house. And these are the true Finns, you know. They literally had pictures of Adolf Hitler and stuff like that in the house. And like literally the woman was trying to do something, was doing good in the world and stuff like that. You know, like, so I don't know. I don't think I talked about it at the time. Oh my god, everything's dead. But put on yellow lead, that still kind of happens. But thankfully they didn't get away. They didn't get doing it or anything. The whole thing's having a bitch. There we are. Yeah, I know, but a yellow fan. Yeah, but it was caught in Galway or something like that, or Kerry or something like that. Yeah, they actually did have pictures of Adolf Hitler and swastikas. They literally had bullets. Like, do you know bullets of a gun? They literally had that lined up like a swastika in their house. And literally had pictures of Adolf Hitler and Nazi flags and everything. Like, they actually were. Oh my god. Put user in timeout. We just put him for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Yeah, that's nice. Oh my god. Mein Gott. There we are. Oh my god. Mein Gott. There we are. This is going to continue for a while. But anyway, I think we'll probably leave it there. We were just about to go anyway, so. But unfortunately, these people do that. But I think we'll leave it there. Because I think that's all we have to say anyway tonight. But yeah, so we leave it there. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it as always. We didn't ban them anyway just in time out, but they'll probably come back. So that's all for tonight. So thank you, everyone. And good night and take care and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.